This is case number 63 on the calendar in the matter of Platts versus Nice. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
How old are you, Miss Platts?
20 years old.
And you, sir?
21.
Well, the two of you decided to play house together. You moved in, you had a couple of dollars, you put $1,500 towards a used car that was purchased, then you had a baby, and then you decided that this family life was not for you right now, so you left. And what you want is you want your $1,500 back that you put down on the car because he took the car with him.
Yes.
You want him to pay some more money for rent because he left, leaving you with a lease.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you say that he caused some damage to the apartment?
Yes, Brian
Caused some damage to the apartment. He says, well, there's plenty of security deposit to take care of that. He says that the car is his, it's in his name, it's titled in his name, it's registered in his name, it's his car, he had every right to take it. Doesn't deny that you put in the $1,500, right?
Correct.
He said that was a gift. And as
Your
far
Honor,
as the
that
rent,
was not a gift.
shh. And as far as the rent is concerned, he said he was a really nice guy because he paid November and December's rent.
Correct.
Even though he only lived there part of November, and the rest you have to take care of, right? Good.
No,
okay.
Your Honor.
How old is the baby?
10 months.
Who do you live with now?
The baby and I live together in our apartment.
In the same apartment?
Yes.
Are you working?
Currently, no.
Who's paying the rent on the apartment?
I've been using the baby's Christmas money, Catholic Charities helped me, and my tax return money I've been using, and my parents have been helping me out.
How far do you live from your parents?
Maybe 3 miles.
And you don't want to go home?
No. It's my responsibility, my daughter. It is not my parents to take care of my daughter and I.
Well, but you said that they've been helping you. My question is, is there a reason that you wouldn't go home with your daughter?
No. Just that I'm independent with my daughter. This is our home.
Well, you're not independent. Miss Platts, let me explain something to you, darling, sweetheart, little girl. You're not independent if Catholic Charities are supporting you, your parents are supporting you, you're using the baby's money, which was not intended to use for your rent. That doesn't make you independent. That makes you dependent on a whole bunch of people. Independence means that you're able to take care of yourself. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
There's a difference between being independent, and just because you're living in an apartment not with your family, and being independent because you're taking care of yourself and your responsibilities.
Well, I was working prior to Brian.
I was.
And
I used to be a natural blonde. Do you understand? That's used to be. I was never a natural blonde. Get me riled. What are you doing with yourself?
I work full-time.
And how much money do you contribute towards your daughter? Is not an answer.
I pay child support. They take
How much?
$120 a week.
I have not received money.
And I
Don't just think that you can pop in here and speak. You cannot. When I look in your direction or ask you a question, you can speak. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. When did you start to pay $120 a week?
It went into effect about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And you left in November.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say 6 months. How much did you give her for 6 months?
I don't know offhand. Money
Let's
here,
think, no,
here
just
and
a
there.
second. Offhand? I'm going to give you a second to think.
Okay.
When you moved out in November, how much money did you give her?
I paid the rent for November.
Good. Anything else?
No.
December?
I paid the rent also in December.
Anything else?
No.
January?
Nothing.
Nothing. February?
Nothing.
March?
Nothing.
April?
Nothing.
Were you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Why weren't you giving her money?
Because I didn't feel that I should have to pay her rent any longer.
I'm not talking about paying her rent. I'm talking about giving her money to support your daughter.
I give her money here and there
Here and there is what?
when I have extra money to give.
No. Is your last name Nice?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Shh. Mr. Nice, what kind of work do you do?
I work for a Chevy dealership,
How many hours a week do you work?
about 45 to 50.
How would you feel if your employer said, I think we're going to pay you once in a while?
I wouldn't appreciate it.
Right. Why is that, sir? Because it's their responsibility to pay you for the hours that you worked. Is that right?
Absolutely.
That's a commitment that
Yep.
they made. You work, they pay, right?
Yes.
When you make a baby, you have a commitment, the same sort of responsibility. Not when you have extra money. Your baby eats before you do. We understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you left Miss Platt's, she wasn't working. Is that right?
That's right.
And she was staying home and taking care of the baby.
Right.
Put your hand down. I'm not speaking to you. So when you left, you knew that unless you gave her support, she was going to have to find some other way of getting money, because daycare is expensive. So either she was going to stay home with the baby or put the baby in daycare and get a job, probably be a wash, right? So who did you think was going to support your baby?
Her.
How?
Find a job.
And who was going to take care of the baby?
A friend, babysitter.
And who was going to pay the friend or babysitter?
If she works, her.
And what about you?
Me too.
But you didn't?
I would help if she had a babysitter. I would help pay for it.
Did you tell her that?
Probably not.
Huh?
Have a good time. This one here.
Mr. Nice, did you use $1,500 of her money towards the purchase of this used car?
Yes, I did.
And how much was the car?
$2,500.
Where did you get the other $1,000 from?
I came up with it. My money.
What do you mean you came up with it?
I had money, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You had a temper flare-up, is that right?
Yes.
Don't go back looking for your security deposit, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because you've spent it.
And later today,
Is there a rest of that outfit that you're wearing? You wouldn't go to church in that outfit, would you?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Autumn Platt says the father of her child, Brian Nice, owes for a car, his share of rent, and damage to their apartment. Autumn says Brian walked out on her and their baby.
Now, when you left, you took the car.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you purchase the car?
Last April.
So you had the car for less than a year when you left,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And this car was to be used for the two of you as a family. Is that right?
Correct.
That's why she gave you more money than you put in for the car, right?
Yes.
So what makes you think that you're entitled to that car?
It's titled, registered, insured. She doesn't even have a license to drive a car.
That doesn't answer the question, sir. Same situation existed when she gave you the $1,500.
Correct.
The expectation was that the car was going to be used as a family for you, for her, for the baby, right?
Right.
Okay, when was the baby born?
July.
And the car was purchased in April?
Yes.
Now, I want you to tell me about the damage to the house. First, who put down the security deposit?
Brian and I both put in $250 each for the security deposit.
What is the estimate of the damage to the apartment?
$217.50.
Well, then his half of the security deposit is going to cover the damage.
The holes are fixed now, and the bill is due. And I don't get the security deposit back until I move out of this apartment.
Get a job.
I start a job next week.
Perfect. He's not getting back his security deposit of $250. It's less than $250 to fix the holes that he put in the wall because he was angry. He had a temper flare-up, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, don't go back looking for your security deposit, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because you've spent it. Now let's get to the rent. Do you intend to stay in this apartment?
Yes, I do.
And it is possible to break the lease on this apartment because you're not responsible for the apartment because you were underage when you moved into the apartment. I mean, you couldn't sign a contract. You have to be 21 to
No,
sign a
I
contract?
have a lease that Brian and I both signed.
How old were you when you signed it?
Oh, I was 19.
Did you speak to the landlord with regard to breaking the lease?
Yes, and we would still have to pay the rent.
No, that's not true.
Oh.
No, that's not true. What do you mean? Oh, I asked you if you spoke to the landlord. Did the landlord tell you that for
He
so
said
much
he would
money
take
you
us
could?
to court.
No, he wouldn't. Did you try to sublet the apartment?
It says in the lease that no one else can move into there.
No. It says that you cannot sublet it without written consent of the owner. That's what it says. But you choose to stay there.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, if you choose to stay there and he paid November and December's rent, then you have to cover the rest.
I have the bills that I have paid from January till May.
Good.
The rent.
Good.
But
That's what you
I
have to
had
do.
put in money, too, for November and December's rent also.
That's okay. You were living there.
Yes.
So?
But I feel he should have to pay me half the rent for them
No, he
months
doesn't.
because his name is on the lease.
No, he doesn't. Madam, if you decide, Miss Platts, to stay in the apartment and you have the ability to either sublet the apartment or for a fee terminate the lease, and you chose to stay in the apartment with your daughter so that you can be independent, then you pay the rent, not him. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Perfect. But you are entitled to your $1,500 back. because the $1,500 was not a gift over here to Prince Charming. The $1,500 was made with the expectation that both of you would be enjoying the car. Do I make myself clear, sir?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He has supervised visitations on Saturdays 12 to 2 for 2 months now, over 2 months, and he's shown up for one.
I work Saturdays. It's hard to get the day off.
I want him drug tested because he does drugs.
I have to pass a drug test, which should not be a problem.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Nagel versus Goulet, step forward, please.
20-year-old salesperson Michael Nagel is suing his ex-roommate, 18-year-old model Jessica Goulet, for unpaid rent and bills. Jessica is countersuing, claiming Michael sold her stereo and pet bird.
The defendant was a roommate of yours, and it is your claim that she moved out owing you for some rent and bills.
Correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Goulet says that she owes you nothing. As a matter of fact, she says that you have retained her property and sold some of her property, according to her, and that you actually owe her money.
Yes.
Is there a rest of that outfit that you're wearing? When you go to a court, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to cover your belly button. Do you understand?
I do understand that.
Good. But?
I was just going to say that I only have a very limited amount of clothing because all of my other property is at his place.
Well, would you like to borrow her shirt? That would have been more appropriate. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have to know where you're going. You wouldn't go to church in that outfit, would you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you know enough to do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. Now, when did she become your roommate and under what circumstances?
October 28th, 2003, Your Honor. The circumstances were I've known her brother for close to 9 years now. We moved in together. However, his job made him move. So under his advice, I took in his sister and her boyfriend as my new roommates because without that, I would have to cover the rent and bills all by myself.
Okay. They were each going to pay how much? A third of the rent each?
They each were going to pay $225 a month for rent, Your Honor.
And how much was your rent?
$525, Your Honor.
And they did move in on the 28th of October?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened in November? Did they pay rent?
Yes.
December?
Yes.
January?
No.
What happened in January?
Her check bounced, Your Honor, and I had to cover that, and I've only been reimbursed $150 from that check.
Why did your check bounce in January?
My parents had just moved, and I was taking care of everything on my own. I had just gotten a car and things like that, and I thought I had the money. If I wrote the check, I would be able to put it in the bank and it would clear, but it just...
So she owed you $75 from January?
$113 from January, Your Honor.
Why?
Due to the fact that there was a late fee on this.
I got you. Okay, so that's January. And what happened in February?
I had come back from Nashville, Tennessee on February 3rd, and I had asked her about rent because it was due. I had talked to the landlord, and he had given me an extension to turn it in on the 3rd. So I asked her about rent, and she flatly said, you know, I don't have it. So
Is that right?
Yeah, I told him that I didn't have it, that I would get it to him as soon as I could.
And she didn't, Your Honor.
When did you move out?
I actually moved out. He had kicked my boyfriend out, say, January 16th, around that time. And there was a big discussion about that.
Why did you put her boyfriend out?
Because he didn't pay bills, Your Honor.
I didn't agree with it because he wasn't going to give him any time. My boyfriend agreed to give him $600 on that Monday, but he told him no.
Why didn't he pay him when he was supposed to?
Because he wasn't going to get the money until that Monday. He couldn't get the money till then.
Your Honor.
Because of his work.
Just a second. So the two of you expected him to cover your bills until you could get your acts together.
He told us that he had an extension on all of that and it was okay. When my boyfriend offered to give him the $600, he said that if he gave him the $600 that he could stay there, no problem. And then he called my brother and my brother told him no, that just kick him out now, don't even take the money. So he just packed up his stuff.
What was the $600 for?
The electricity bill, the phone bill, and the cable bill. He had ran up a large amount of my cable bill by ordering adult entertainment on there, as well as movies. And I have proof of that in my records, Your Honor.
I believe you. Listen, if they had paid their bills, I assume you wouldn't have minded if they stayed.
Right.
Right? Okay, so she owes you for February's rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't pay February's rent, did you?
I moved out before February 1st.
No, she didn't, Your Honor.
No, you just told me you were there.
I actually was staying there, but during the day I was with my boyfriend. And when I came back to get clothes and stuff like that, because I was staying the night with him, he was like, your check bounced, I need the rent, and you have to get out. You either pay me or you get out. So I told him that I would leave, that I would try to go get the money. When I came back, he said, you can only take your clothing because I didn't want to stay there anymore because when he gets pissed off,
You see, Your Honor, I gave her a chance to get her clothing and she refused.
I refused to get my clothes? That's all I have is my clothes. You have everything else.
Don't
You have
fight with
everything
each-
else
Sorry,
of
Your
my
Honor.
belongings.
Miss Goulet, first fix your shirt. Very good. Don't fight with each other. You want to fight with each other, you go outside. You
I'm
don't
sorry,
come
Your Honor.
inside.
Sorry.
Okay, $338, $113 for January that's still due and owing, $225 for February because you lived there most of the month. If you left to follow your boyfriend, that's your problem. Grow up! You got to grow up! Now, let's talk about her property. You still have her property?
Yes, Your Honor.
What about her bird? She says that you sold her bird.
She left it there, Your Honor. That was her brother. Her brother decided to sell it, not me.
Step up. Tell me your name.
My name's James.
Did you come into possession of her bird?
Yes.
When?
After she left, I had started staying there to help Mike out with his bills and stuff like that, and I sold her bird as well as her stereo. And then she's also countersing.
Why did you do that?
Well, just, you know, come up with some extra money to help him out.
And also, Your Honor, she had been gone for over a month by that time. She had not called or come by to get her stuff. Therefore, I had no room and nowhere to keep the stuff.
She doesn't have, you don't have to take care of a bird. Well, you want the money for your bird back?
The money for my bird was $500, bird and cage, and plus my stereo was $150.
Your brother sold it.
I know,
You're
but
suing
he...
the wrong person. Now, as far as your clothes and other property is concerned, you still have them?
Yeah, she can
When
have
could
it.
she pick them up?
She's picking up right after court, Your Honor.
Terrific.
Now, also, Your Honor, we had a lease agreement when her and her boyfriend moved in that if they did violate the lease, they would be responsible to pay their half of the rent until March.
Where? Show me. They signed it?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's dated also.
Are you still living there?
I actually moved into a different apartment in the same building, Your Honor.
When?
April of this year, Your Honor.
But, Honor, all I'd like to say is I've tried countless times to call him and get a hold of them. My witness has tried calling them. I have tried calling
For what?
them to get a hold of them. So I was going to offer him $500 to pay off the bills so I can get my stuff back. But
He's giving you your stuff back.
I know, but I was going to do this before we even had to go to court. I
Your
didn't
Honor,
want it to go this far.
I have a question, though. If she wants her stuff back and was offering me $500, why is she suing me for $5,000?
Because you
she's
won't
not
give me
going
my
to get
stuff back.
5,000 yen. Do you understand? You're
Yes,
just going to
Your
give her
Honor.
back her stuff. And please
All
give
I
her
want
back
is
all
my
of her
stuff. I don't care
shirts.
about the
Yes,
money.
Your
I wanted
Honor.
to have a nice long
And
shirt.
pants.
Did they give you any deposit when they moved in?
Yes, Your Honor, they did.
How much of a deposit did they give you?
They gave me $250 together. $250 had to go towards some of the bills.
You got a lot of bills. So far, she owes you for January and February's rent.
Correct,
This
Your
is,
Honor.
You know, this is not windfall day for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $338, and 5 days from today, she will pick up all of her stuff. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 86 on the calendar in the matter of Balzolari versus Martel. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Mr. Balzolari, you and the defendant were engaged to be married and lived together.
That's correct.
Unfortunately, you were incarcerated for a period of time in a drug-related charge and then went into rehab. And it is your claim that during that period of time, Miss Martel cleaned you out, took your property, took your money, broke up, and she won't return a very expensive engagement ring as well. Miss Martel said all of that money was used to pay your bills, to pay for things for you while you were incarcerated, and she had to sell the engagement ring in order to pay those bills. Right?
Right.
Okay. When did you become engaged?
Your Honor, that was approximately 4/20. I'd purchased the ring. Here's a picture and a receipt. It was shortly after that we became engaged. And,
April 20th.
Yes, somewhere around that time.
Of what year?
02.
When was the wedding supposed to take place?
There was
Mr.
no
Gorski?
date set.
What were you waiting for?
I don't know. For us both to agree on a certain date and, you know.
Okay. So you became engaged in April of 2002 and you were living together.
Yes.
When were you incarcerated?
It wasn't a drug. I'd like to correct that, Your Honor. That wasn't a drug-related charge. It was a felony charge. It was an impersonation charge, is what that was. It wasn't drug. I agreed to go into a drug court system.
Explain that to me, sir. You were convicted of what?
Criminal impersonation of a police officer. It was a felony charge, which at that time I was volunteered in a drug court in Rochester, New York.
Well, what did criminal impersonation have to do with drugs, sir? Why would you be placed in a drug court? I'll get to you in a second.
I was
If you can't give me the answer, because I'm going to get to the answer. If you can't give me the answer, I'll allow you to help me.
Okay, thank you.
All right?
Before I had that charge, Your Honor, I was in a voluntary drug outpatient program.
Okay.
And during that time when the judge seen that At that time, I picked up the charge. She says, well, if you continue to stay sober and clean and continue your drug treatment program, we will dismiss the charge. And I failed to stay clean. So he incarcerated me and asked me if I wanted to do the time or do I want to help myself and change.
Mr. Borzelli, is what you're telling me, sir, that you pled guilty to criminal impersonation as a felony? The judge allowed you to remain at liberty as long as you were in a drug rehab program and remained drug-free. Is that what you're telling me?
No, there was no plea. My choice was...
Can I see those papers, please?
This was my whereabouts. The judge says, if you stay clean, we'll drop the charges and we're going to put you in drug court. Simple. If you stay clean for a year, we drop your charges. Conditional discharge.
Now I'll hear you, because this doesn't sound all right to me.
Exactly. We were friends. This is before we started dating. He was caught downtown in a well-known drug hotel impersonating a police officer. They forced him to go into drug court. It wasn't voluntary for him.
And then I assume that as part of this agreement that you had with the judge, you tested positive for drugs at some point?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you went into jail. And you went into jail, according to this, on the 12th of January 2004 to the 20th of February 2004.
Correct.
So for a little more than 6 weeks.
Correct.
Okay. And is it during that time that you claim that Miss Martell cleaned you out?
Oh, yes.
Okay. During that 6-week period?
No, not entirely.
Well, when?
Well, cleaning out, I don't know where the cleaning out comes from, but I have a telephone bill. When she moved in, Your Honor, she was 6 months behind in her mortgage. She says, I want to get away from my ex-husband.
When are you talking about? What year?
02, when she moved in.
I'm not interested in 02. Pay careful attention to me.
What are you interested in?
1/12/04 until 2/20/04.
Okay.
Period.
Here's a bill. She agreed to pay my phone bill, never did.
Mr. Borzelli?
Yes.
Get to it, sir.
Get to it?
Yes. I'm not interested in the phone bill.
Cable bill she didn't pay. Here's the pictures I have from my house.
I'm not interested in whether she didn't pay bills for 6 weeks, sir.
Okay, so what are you interested in?
Well,
I have a bill here, Your Honor.
It was my
home that I paid somebody.
Speaking, sir.
Go ahead.
You're asking me, and I'm telling you. It was my impression, sir, that what you were suing her for were two things: personal property and reimbursement of money taken without authorization is what you're suing for, plus the return or value of the engagement ring.
Okay, thank you. Right here, Your Honor, is a receipt from a $2,180 check. Mr. Grimes here, my witness, has cashed it, gave her $2,180. She only paid a mortgage payment of $960, and that's all. I have missing money.
So is what you're telling me that she cashed a check for $2,000 and that was your money?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And that she didn't pay sufficient amount of bills to cover that $2,100?
Yes.
Okay. She paid $900 in a mortgage. She did pay that for that period
almost
of time.
$1,000.
Here's the receipt, ma'am. It's
How much is the mortgage?
It was almost $1,000.
Excuse me. I have a receipt.
Just tell me how much it was.
$979.
Okay, so that's close to $1,000. So that's $979 out of $979 out of the $2,100 that she cashed. Okay, what else did you pay for out of that money?
$600 of Rochester Gas and Electric.
Your Honor, I have a receipt here for $1,000. She didn't pay squat. Or nothing, I should say.
Mr. Borzelli, put down your paper, sir. Okay. Where's the other
$200 from, this is what I wanted to say before, in December of 2002, he was incarcerated for a positive drug test. He went to jail for a week. I had $200 for that week of collect calls. When he went to jail the next time...
I'm not interested in 2002. What else?
Commissary money I brought to the jail.
How much?
I believe $80.
Okay, little bits of money. Let's talk about the engagement ring. Gave you an engagement ring. Clearly, it is an engagement ring. It's a solitaire. Where is it?
I sold it.
Did you?
Yes.
When? Look at me.
February.
Don't look in the air.
February of this year.
Show me. Show me.
I don't have a
receipt. You sell a $14,000 ring. You have a receipt. You have something.
I sold it to a family jeweler.
I don't believe you. You're lying to me. Because if you sold it to a family jeweler and you knew you were coming to court, you would have said to the jeweler, can I have a receipt for the ring that I sold?
I could have, yes.
Well, where did you think you were coming today? To a tea dance?
No.
You were coming to court.
Right.
Court takes evidence. You're full of baloney.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What?
She was responsible enough to sell it to her family jeweler.
I don't believe her, and I I don't believe you.
And later today,
John grabbed his dog, Buddha, kind of just pulled him back a little bit and then pushed him off. As soon as he pushed him off, he ran directly to Emily. The very next thing I know, she's screaming.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Robert Borzolari says ex-fiancée Stephanie Martell owes for the return of money and an engagement ring. Stephanie claims she sold the ring to pay bills while Robert was locked up.
Okay, it wasn't your ring. Now, even if you sold it, you had no right to sell it. It was your ring only if the contract to get married to Mr. Borzelli was consummated. It was not. The ring is given as a gift in contemplation of a marriage. Your argument is that you had to sell the ring to pay off bills. What bills did you have to pay off? What?
To maintain, he asked me to stay in his house and to maintain his house.
6 weeks. What bills did you have to pay in 6 weeks that he did not cover with the $2,100 that you took out of his account?
I had to come up with money to move out of the house.
That's your problem. Are you over 18?
Yes.
Deal with it. That's your problem. That's not his problem. What?
I was just going to say that first and foremost...
Say something by standing up.
Sure.
What?
First and foremost, she was responsible enough to do what she had to do to take the engagement ring and sell it to her family jeweler.
I don't believe her, and I don't believe you. She did not sell this ring to a family jeweler, because if she did, the jeweler is responsible by law to give her a receipt. Do you understand?
I do understand.
And this wasn't a little ring for $300. This was a solitaire, which he paid over $14,000 for, and if you expect me to believe that she sold that ring in February to pay bills for him, which is what she alleges in his answer, I don't buy it.
That's
judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, which is the maximum that I can award to you, sir. I want you to listen to me very carefully. You can put everything else away. I'm not interested at all about any other money she owes you, because the ring covers it. Do you understand? Clearly. I assume that you sued her in small claims court because it's the only way that you thought you'd get any money at all, and you wouldn't have to hire a lawyer to sue her civilly anyplace else. You are entitled to that ring back, because an engagement ring is not an absolute gift until the marriage is fulfilled, and it was never fulfilled, right?
Yes.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff. Out.
Parties are excused.
It's wrong on his part. The reason we didn't get married was his actions.
I gotta hand it to Miss Martell. I really do. She's very consistent. Every time her lips move, there's a lie.
I didn't want to be with him anymore, and he was upset by that.
You've heard of the deal saying a good pet's gone bad? Well,
he was threatening me because I wanted to move out for a while for him to straighten up.
how threatening am I? 140 pounds, 5'4"?
Ooh. And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Pritchard versus Butler. Step forward, please.
Legal assistant Tanya Pritchard is suing her former friend, roofer John Butler, for medical bills. Tanya says John's pit bull bit her 5-year-old daughter in the face.
Mrs. Pritchard, this is your little girl, I assume. Is that right? Her name is?
Emily May Lowry.
And Emily was bitten by a dog that is owned by Mr. Butler. And she was bitten on the lip.
Correct.
She had some surgery.
Yes.
She's going to need probably some more.
Yes.
And you are suing him for $4,000 for both her prior care and the care that she will probably need in the future, as well as some pain and suffering.
Correct.
And Mr. Butler says that it was Emily's fault and your fault. Correct, sir?
Correct.
Ah. When was your daughter bitten?
Where or when?
When?
When? September 6, 2003.
Next question is where?
We were at a company picnic potluck.
What does that mean?
It was a gathering with the company my fiance works for. So we were at a company potluck picnic. Everybody brings some stuff, and we just all get together. And
how many people were there?
At the beginning, probably around 100.
Did there come a time where there were more or less people than the 100?
Yes. After the softball game, about 3/4 of the people left.
What time did this incident happen where Mr. Butler's dog bit your daughter?
About 15 minutes before 8.
Had Mr. Butler been there the entire day?
He had been there during the picnic and the potluck, and then after the picnic and potluck and softball game, he left.
Where did you go, sir?
I went to go get my dogs.
Why did you leave to go and get your dogs?
I figured it'd be a good idea for them to run around in the field so I could throw the frisbee for them.
So you got them to play?
Right.
Had you been drinking that day, sir?
I've had a few beers.
A few is more than 2.
2 beers.
Well, was it 2 or more than 2?
A couple. 2.
A couple, 2. And When you left to pick up your dogs and you brought them back, did you bring them back on leashes or not?
Not on leashes at all.
Why not?
I don't ever put leashes on my dogs.
Well, when your dogs are around other people, isn't it usually a wise idea to keep them on leashes, sir?
I've never had a problem before.
How long have you had these dogs?
I've had Buddha for 2 years.
Buddha?
Buddha.
Is that the dog that bit Emily?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is Buddha?
3.5.
So that he was 1.5 years old when you got him.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me about when your daughter was bitten by Buddha.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Here's my question for you, genius. If you know your dog is skittish around children, how dare you bring an unleashed dog to a picnic where there are children?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Tanya Pritchard says former friend John Butler owes for her daughter's medical bills. Tanya says John's pit bull bit her in the face.
Go ahead.
Okay, John came back with the dogs, let them loose. They were running around. The people who stayed decided to play horseshoes, so we all moved to the horseshoe pit area. The children that were there were playing right behind our chairs, and our chairs were facing the horseshoe pit so that we could see what was going on. Buddha was actually in the way of the horseshoe game. It was trying to get underway, and he kept running in front of everybody that was trying to throw the horseshoes. So everybody was telling John to get the dogs out of the way. John grabbed his dog, Buddha, kind of just pulled him back a little bit and told him to stay out of the way, and then pushed him off. As soon as he pushed him off and let go, he ran directly to Emily. The very next thing I know, she's screaming. As soon as he let go and said, "Go away," the dog ran and jumped up and bit her.
And bit her on the face?
Yes.
Describe that moment.
I actually have pictures of it.
I'd like to see the photographs.
The bite, we were told by the surgeon that there was only 1 millimeter of skin hanging.
Can I see it? Don't tell me what the surgeon said. That's hearsay. Emily, could you come up here so I could take a look at your lips, sweetheart? Come on. You're a very pretty little girl. Is that where the dog bit you? Did it hurt? Very pretty. Do you know my name? You know what my job is? No? Do you know who your dad is? Would you like to go and sit down next to him? Go ahead. Go and sit down. Okay. All right, well, this is a pretty nasty bite. How many stitches did she have?
It took 15 stitches. 10 of them were on the inside, and then 5 of them were on the outside.
What do you have there?
I have an estimate from the plastic surgeon of how much the dermabrasion is going to cost. Okay. The dermabrasion is where they just grind it down a little bit to get rid of those bumps.
Okay. Okay. And Mr. Butler, were you present when Buddha bit Emily?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me first your version of how that happened, sir.
Everybody's playing horseshoes, and I was talking to a fellow co-worker, and he was falling down on me. He was intoxicated. And people were playing horseshoes, and I was waiting my turn to play the horseshoes. And all the little kids were playing Frisbee and throwing the ball behind all the adults. I think there's like 2 to 3 dogs out there, I think. I don't know. And I just heard a little scream, and everybody was freaking out. And then I found out that one of the dogs had bit the little girl. So I grabbed both my dogs, and I put them in the truck. And then I went and grabbed some ice for the little girl.
You knew it was your dog?
Well, I brought 2 dogs.
You didn't know which of your 2 dogs had done it?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of dog is Buddha?
He's Pit Bull and Boston Terrier.
How much does he weigh?
25 pounds.
Now, I read your answer very carefully, and your answer said that you believe it was Emily's fault.
Right.
I'd like you to tell me why you believe, sir, it's Emily's fault.
Well, the dog had been abused as a puppy, so it was kind of skittish around kids. So what I think happened was she had a stick or something in her hand and was most likely trying to get the dog's attention so that the dog would chase the stick that she was trying to throw for it. So she was probably hitting the dog and screaming it, and the dog freaked out and bit her.
Okay, so let's go back to that. When you got the dog was 1 year old.
Right.
1.5 years old. And the person from whom you purchased the dog or from whom you got the dog had told you that the dog had been abused as a puppy.
Right.
By children?
By a child, yes.
By a child. Is that the reason that they were getting rid of the dog?
That was the reason why.
So you knew that the dog was skittish around kids?
I had never seen it, but that's what they have told me.
Then here's my question for you, genius. If you know your dog is skittish around children, how dare you bring an unleashed dog to a picnic where there are children?
I didn't think anything like this would happen.
You didn't think, which means you didn't use your brain. Is that right?
That's right.
So then, why don't you just say, it's my fault and I'm responsible?
It's not.
No, whose fault is it? It's Emily's fault. Emily had prior knowledge that your dog was skittish around children. This 5-year-old had that information. Take your hands out of your pockets. I just asked you a question.
No, the child did not know, but the parent...
But you knew.
I knew.
Right. You knew. So what you're supposed to do is keep a dog like that within your control at all times. Not bring a dog who's been abused by children and skittish around children to a picnic. Because that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You know, ordinarily, I may not even think that punitive damages are appropriate, but your stupidity is absolutely worth punitive damages. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I do...
This is case number 83 on the calendar in the matter of Saturday versus Colvin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Who is this?
This is my mother.
Who is this?
This is my mom.
Do you work?
I just graduated college.
And you?
I have my own business.
What kind of business?
It's a secondhand store that sells home interiors and clothing.
Okay. How long have you been in that business?
Just 4 months.
And what kind of work does your mother do?
My mother's retired.
From what?
The electric company.
You think your mother ever had a fist fight with anybody?
Yes, I do.
You do? You think your mother ever had a fist fight with anybody?
She has not.
Right?
Right, it's not.
Ridiculous, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Did you ever have a fist fight with anybody?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yes.
How many times?
One time, someone came to my house to fight me.
How long ago?
25 years ago.
Okay. One time. I don't understand girls having fights.
My mother had a fist fight.
Sorry, Bert, I don't care. Yeah, I'm sure your mother's a nice lady. I don't understand. I don't understand ladies having fists. I don't understand men having fist fights, but you know, they're men, so you sort of understand it. But I don't understand women.
Yes, having fights.
Nurturers. Caregivers.
Yes.
Pulling hair, scratching eyes, using their... I don't understand that. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
So, it is your claim that the defendant had you falsely arrested twice for various acts, and the second time was for violating a protective order that she had against you. The defendant has a cross-complaint. The defendant's cross-complaint is that you assaulted her and caused her to lose a contact lens, so you both want lots of money from the other for emotional distress and this loss of your freedom and the filing of false charges against you. Those charges were subsequently dismissed after a trial.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know each other?
I met Taquana through a mutual friend.
What started the problem between the two of you?
Taquana is just a bad person. I was around her only for about 2 months, and the type of person she is just, she's a bad person. She does bad things. She's very argumentative.
So you didn't like her?
Yeah, and I decided I didn't want to be around her. And while she was still friends with the friend that we met through, I even told Taquana, like, well, since you're around her and I'm around her, we're going to get along, just like that. And the last time I had seen Taquana was probably like the beginning of June of 2003, and didn't see her again to September 9th, September 10th at a nightclub. And I seen her with her cousin. I went up to her cousin, because Taquana and her cousin, they just started being back friends.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I have other cases to do.
Okay, okay.
Let's get to it.
Okay, well, I said something to Taquana's cousin, and evidently her cousin said something to her.
So you said something negative
I
about
really didn't say. I'll tell you what I said. When I was seeing her cousin, I went to her, I gave her a hug, and I told her, I was like, if you need a friend to hang around, I will hang around you. You do not have to hang with Taquana. Taquana is a bad person.
So you said negative things about her?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. On September 10th, the night that I seen her, Taquana called like 3:40 in the morning, left me this crazy, terrible message telling me that she's going to handle me, she's going to come to my house, she's going to see me, this and this and that, and she's going to call me early in the morning. At 8:40 in the morning, she also called me and told me that she's going to come over to my house and handle me. And I have the recording right here if you would like to hear it. Brace yourself.
Saved message.
Okay, just stop. Stop the tape. Make it lower, Bird, so that, because it probably is distorting the sound, so that I can hear it. I got the gist of it. Why would you call her and leave that kind of a message?
Because Sandy had been slandering my name to relatives as well as...
What had she been saying about you that you heard?
She had been saying that I give oral sex, I will steal your man, I will steal your money, I'm a bad person, just all types of things about my character that were false.
So?
So, I was...
You think that a message like that says that you're a good person?
No, it doesn't.
You think it says that you are a genteel person?
I think that that type of message would just lead somebody to believe that I was highly upset.
Well, going to get her, because that's what you said.
Yes,
in the
I was...
message. That's what you said in
I
the
didn't say that I was going to get her.
Well, pretty much.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She was choking me, said, I'm going to choke the out of you. I'm going to kill you. I punched Sandy back a few times or so, trying to keep her off me. It was just basically hitting on me.
Fight.
Yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Mary Sandy Saturday says Taquana Colvin had her falsely arrested for assault. Taquana claims Sandy beat her up and threatened her life.
She called you and she left a nasty message. What's next?
Okay, when she filed a false charge against me for, she said I was stalking her. This was like on March 10th.
Let me see what she filed against you.
And that's how my mother got involved.
Well, it says that, did she assault you in September of 2003?
Yes.
How?
Sandy called me back at my cousin's house, and we talked, and she stated at that time that she didn't want to fight me, and she was tired of arguing with me. And so at that time I asked Sandy, what will it take for you to stop?
That is the whole
No. Listen to me.
Okay.
Say nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What will it take for you to stop slandering my name and talking about me constantly? And I suggested, if I give you back your $50 for the 50-cent concert ticket, would that settle the dispute?
Why were you going to give her back the $50? Had she given you $50 and you didn't give her the ticket?
Yes, she had, I gave her the ticket, actually. She had gave me, before we went on a summer vacation together, I purchased a set of 3 tickets. One was for Mary, one was for another person, and one was for myself. And we went on the summer vacation where Sandy and this other woman started being really mean to me. So by the time that I returned to Cincinnati, I had pretty much decided that I was going to end the relationship with Mary and her friend, and that they were not going to the concert with me. I had purchased them on my credit card, and what I wanted to do was just reimburse them for their money and take other people. And Mary agreed.
That was September
10th. So I went over to her house.
What time?
Almost noon.
Okay.
When I stepped up on the curb, Mary appeared at the door. She ran out of her house and ran down the steps, and she approached me. She asked me, what the do you have to say now? And I stated, I don't have anything to say to you. I'm coming over here, and before I could finish my sentence, she punched me in the forehead.
And then what happened?
And she continued punching me. She started choking me. I was pushing Mary back by her shoulders, constantly asking her to stop fighting me. She was choking me, said, I'm going to choke the hell out of you. I'm going to kill you. Basically, I punched Sandy back a few times or so, trying to keep her off me. I turned and I ran across the street, and she chased me across the street and grabbed me by the back of my hair. It was just basically hitting on me.
Fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me your interpretation of the events of September 10th.
I never called Taquana. I never spoke with Taquana. I haven't had a conversation with Taquana since probably the end of May. About around 12 o'clock or whatever, ritual, I go to the gym around that time. I come out my house, and Taquana's sitting in her car waiting for me. And I walked down the stairs, and we just started fighting. But you didn't hear the rest of this tape. The tape is crazy. And it's just crazy. And the police, I did call the police because I live on a cul-de-sac, and Taquana and some girl kept riding on adjacent street from me. And I sat on my porch and waited.
And you were arrested as a result of...
I was arrested 12 days later, the first time.
But for this incident?
For
this incident on
assault.
September 10th?
Yeah, I was arrested
September
on September 22nd.
Can I see the paperwork you have, please?
Okay. This is for the assault. This is the dismissal for the TPO, and this is the acquit for the valet and the protection order.
Yeah, well, it says on September 18th. Not September 10th. It says it's September 18th. Was there another argument on September 18th?
No.
No.
Obviously, they got this all wrong.
She had did this to other people in 2003 too. So since she done did it to so many people, they probably got mixed up.
Well, maybe I'll ask that question. Maybe it will be in this other report. Have you been cited for any other assault in 2003?
No, ma'am.
Yes, you have. Right here.
You sure? Before I look at any other document, Ms. Colvin.
I totally forgot about that, but I didn't have to go to court on it.
Can I see it, please? That's not what I asked you.
They just drove us to the police. Yes, ma'am.
And this fight ended in 2000.
Yes, you certainly have. How many times have you been cited for assault?
I think just 2 leading up to that situation.
It's fair to say that you have a problem with your temper.
I don't have a problem with my temper.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Mary Sandy Saturday says she was arrested because of false charges Taquana Colvin made to police.
How many times have you been taken into custody for assault?
None.
With the exception of this time?
Yeah, with the exception of that one. Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Including myself, 2 other people filed protection orders against Taquana in 2003.
And they were
dismissed. Can I see them, please?
All for the same thing.
Can I see them, please?
No, that's not true.
Let's
I
take a
speak,
look.
Judge?
What?
Can I speak?
Sure.
Okay. Ma'am, Sandy is saying that Taquana does all this and all that. This has been a big ongoing thing with our cousin.
Listen to me. I have a
Yes.
who sought a protective order against you.
An ex-boyfriend.
I don't care. We sought a protective order.
Okay.
I have a...
Yes, and they were both dismissed.
They were both dismissed.
Listen to me. You have a temper. I just heard it.
Okay.
Okay, so I have one incident here that caused this protective order. It was ultimately dismissed.
Yes.
Okay, now let's get to the second one. The second cause of action that you have is that these 2 ladies came to your place of business, and you told your boss that there was a protective order because there was a temporary protective order in place. He asked you to leave. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you did leave.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you filed a violation of the temporary protective order.
Yes, ma'am. Can I tell you what happened?
Sure.
When we
No. I want her to tell me what happened.
I left the bar manager.
How many bars are there in Cincinnati?
Many.
So how do you think it came about that you chose the one where she was employed to go into with your mother?
It's not that I chose the one that she was employed at. I live on that street. My business is on that street, and I attend that bar several times a week. Mary chose to get a job at that bar knowing that I had already been living on that street, had already been owning a business on that street. She got the job. Did she have proof of how long she had been working at that bar?
Just a second. Don't ask me. You're showing your temper, honey.
Okay.
I'm going to just let you go. You're going to bury yourself. On what basis do you claim that she violated the protective order?
Before the bar manager came over to ask me if I had a restraining order against her or whatever, I agreed. I told him, yes, I did have a temporary restraining order against her. He said, okay, that's fine. When you finish with your drink, would you please leave? I said, sure, I will leave when I'm finished with my drink.
Why didn't you just leave?
Because I was in the middle of my drinks as well.
But
I was with
when
my
you
relatives.
file a protective order against somebody, that
I was
means...
there first, Your Honor.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
When you file a protective order against someone, Miss Colvin, it means that you're afraid of them, right?
Supposedly, yes.
What do you mean supposedly, yes?
That you're supposed to be afraid of this person. Yes.
Right.
But I was with my...
Sit down. So I would assume that when you filed, since you say you're a normal person,
right,
that when you filed a protective order against her, you filed it because you were afraid of her.
Right.
Well, then, I wouldn't wait till I finished my drink, even though I was there first. I would say to my mother, I don't want there to be any trouble. Let's go. You, on the other hand, decided to stay because you were there first. And your store is on that street, and you had a right to be. Well, that's what you just told me. You said I was there first.
I was there first, but I was going to leave like the bar manager asked me when I finished my drink.
He shouldn't have to ask you.
Okay.
Don't you understand what I just said? He shouldn't have to ask you,
because
madam.
I'm supposed to be afraid, right?
Let me tell you something. I believe that she filed these protective orders against you, and I believe she filed them maliciously. And I believe she knew about filing protective orders because she had already been served with a few herself in her lifetime, so she knew exactly what kind of trouble you could get into. Now, is the assault that you are claiming the assault when you went over to give her back her $50? That's your counterclaim, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's baloney. Because that girl whose foul, fresh mouth left 2 messages on that machine did not go over to make peace the next day. No way. So your counterclaim is dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe that she did file these cases against you maliciously. You were ultimately fired from your job. You're seeking $3,000 in damages. Now, my question to you is, do you believe that you acted appropriately in all of your dealings with the
acted
defendant?
very appropriately.
Okay. Put your hand down. Better teach your daughter a little self-control. She needs it. Tell me about your job. When did you lose your job?
Let me tell you what they did. When they talking about they was going to just leave after the drink, no, they put up a fight to stay in the bar. They put up a fight. And
what did they say?
They was talking to the manager, talking about it's a public place. They had the right to come and drink this and this and that. And I get to work at 6 o'clock. About 7:15, they were still in there. And then 3 police officers came to my job, got me from out the bar, and arrested me. Taquana told them I threatened to kill her.
You mean at the bar?
At the bar. And then a few days later, or the next day, her and her mother, she get it from her mother. Her and her mother requested a meeting with the bar manager and the owner to get me fired.
Is that when you were fired 3 days later?
Yes.
But you were removed from the bar by the police?
I was physically removed and arrested.
What?
She was removed from the bar because she went back by the register and turned around and faced me and my party and did this, and at the same time said that you were dead.
You shouldn't have been there.
Yes, ma'am.
You were annoying her.
Okay.
You and your mother and whoever else you were with. You had no right to be there. Saturday is seeking compensation for having her falsely arrested and for losing her job in the amount of $3,000. I'm awarding her $3,000.
Thank you.
You better learn to watch yourself. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000.
Thank you.
That's all.
Versus Hart.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Murphy, the defendant is your former son-in-law.
Yes, he is.
When did you make the first loan to your son-in-law?
In the early part of 1997. It was a personal loan. It was for $2,700.
For what?
He expressed that he was having some financial difficulties, housing and supporting my grandson. He repaid me $1,000 of that because he got his income tax return.
Okay. What else?
In 1998, my girlfriend went to an auction. Richard needed a sofa. The sofa was $242. I advanced him a personal loan of $300.
For what?
I don't know. He just asked me to lend him the money. We went to Vegas, and I lent him $100.
For what?
To gamble with.
How come you kept lending him this money? He wasn't paying you back regularly, so why would you lend him money to gamble?
Because he looked so dejected when we were in Vegas, so I just felt sorry for him.
Well, you felt sorry for him. Did you give him the $100, or did he say to you, could I please have $100 and I'll pay you back?
I offered to lend. I asked him, did he want a loan? And I said, you would have to pay it back. And he said yes.
No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Go ahead. What's
Okay.
next?
Then this time I had put him on a payment plan of $100. He made payments from August to December in $100 increments that came to $500. In April, he came in my house. He gave me $150 and told me that he had other kids and that he had quit his 2 jobs because he was being sued for child support and that he could no longer pay me.
Richard.
Yes, ma'am.
Got a couple of questions to ask you, sir.
Okay.
It appears from your answer that there was a period of time when you had full custody of your son.
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
From 97 to 99 of September.
1997 to September of 99.
Yes, ma'am. And I can recall the date in January of 97 due to the fact that she called me at work saying that if you feel if I'm a better parent, will come pick my son up. So
The court papers can be subpoenaed that says that Richard has custody of Ryan from Thursday to Sunday, and my daughter had him the rest of the time.
You have those papers?
According to Marianne, she knows definitely for a fact that I had my son from 97 to 99.
Put your hand down.
I also know that he
Put your hand down. When I need you, I'll call you.
It's like this. When her daughter found a boyfriend, she wasn't going to be my son's mother anymore. She knows that for a fact.
I think that that's probably true. I think that Miss Murphy knew that there was a period of time when your son really needed you to be either a full-time custodian or there a good deal of the time. Isn't that right, Miss Murphy?
He was a very good father, and I give him, my hat goes off to him.
Right. Now, what I assume happened at some point, you met your new wife. Are you married now?
No,
You have a
fiancé.
girl. You have a fiancé.
Yes, ma'am.
With whom you have children.
Yes, I have 2 boys, yes.
With your fiancé.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're not quite ready to make a commitment to get married. Is
Right
that the
now, we're
idea?
trying to
Just
get-
the children are okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a fiancé and you have 2 little children and things get kind of busy. Your son is with his mother more often than he's with you. She's taking you now to court for child support. You haven't paid child support in a while.
I'm not working at all, so therefore, certain people have told me that I don't have to pay child support if I don't have it. I'm only collecting disability.
What is the nature of your disability?
Right now,
You can't even say it with a straight face. Try saying it with a straight face, how you're disabled. Try telling me how somebody who's how tall? 6 foot tall?
6 foot tall.
Standing in front of me.
Ma'am.
What?
I'm a donor patient for my brother who has a kidney disease, so I have high blood pressure. So right now, I'm basically just relaxing, trying to keep my blood pressure down.
Everybody who has high blood pressure stops working. Half the country would be unemployed.
But this, I can't give a kidney if I have high blood pressure.
How long have you been preparing yourself to be a donor?
I've been preparing myself for the past month and a half.
And how long have you been unemployed?
Since April. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to say after June.
Were you paying any child support before
The
June?
last time I made child support payment was $300, $360 for whatever reason they needed.
When?
June of 2000.
Somebody who's got such high blood pressure shouldn't strain themselves and have all these children.
Oh, it ain't about the children, ma'am. It's about the people around me. And if it
Children
wasn't for her
create... Listen
daughter
to me.
and
No,
her,
no, 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 no.
I'll be all
Mr.
right.
Hart, making babies makes your heart go faster, right?
Yeah, it does.
Maybe you should stop straining yourself. Mr. Hart, look, you were making payments to Miss Murphy over a long period of time.
I was helping her out due to the fact she helped me out.
Just a second. You were making payments to her in the amount of $100 a month.
No.
You're in between a rock and a hard place, sir. If you say you weren't making payments to her, you're not going to get credit for any of those payments.
Well, I would say it wasn't a month. I was giving her whatever I had due to the fact she helped me out when I had my son.
I mean, she's lying about that?
Oh, it's a lot of things she was lying about.
Yes, I'll hear you.
I have no reason to stand up here and lie. I have a detailed journal of everything, all the accounting on this.
Let me see. Let me take
The
a look at
tape,
it. Just a second.
I extracted this information from the tape. But more importantly, my daughter owes me money, and I have the same tape on her.
Your Honor, she failed to realize until with the $2,700 she gave me for the circumstances why the $2,700 was given.
Tell me about it.
I didn't ask for the $2,700. I picked my son up from school one day, and he had a lot of bruises on his buttocks and his legs. And I didn't know what to do. So therefore, I took him over to Miss Murphy, and she told me, well, this is what you need to do.
Would you please just explain to me what the $2,700
It was for the attorney fees.
Is that correct?
No, that is not correct. He has conjured up lies and had other people call my daughter's house, leaving threatening messages, and have alluded to me giving him money. When I lent him the money, I had no idea what it was for. I didn't ask. My concern is that you pay it back to me.
Your Honor, why was the attorney fees $2,700? Why did she exactly give me $2,700?
Let me see the bill for $2,700 from the attorney.
I don't have everything, but this is...
I just told you, I don't
Here you
need
go, right
everything.
here.
The base,
The
most
of the
of this money that she claims that you owe is, according to you, the attorney's fees.
Yes, ma'am.
This says balance as of 10/13, $1,034.
Let me find this other letter, ma'am, so I can show you that they gave me actually back, after the case was over, they gave me $700 back, but I don't have that form with me at this time.
I want to see where the original bill was for $2,700, the retainer.
No, they asked for a retaining fee of $2,700.
Show me.
Okay, ma'am, okay, relax. I don't have that at this time, Your Honor. I had a letter showing that this is what they gave me back. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
At the time that this happened back in 1997, you saw bruises on the child's body. I
Yes, ma'am.
assume that you were infuriated. Is that right?
I made a police report. A DCFS came out of the house, did an investigation on me. They also did an investigation on the school.
Just answer my question.
Yes, ma'am.
You needed money for an attorney. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't have the money right then and there to
I
give
didn't
to
have
the
all
lawyer.
of it, no, ma'am.
Good. And there is nothing that you can show me where you paid this lawyer a retainer of $2,700.
Not at this time. You can see
Right,
that
because
list
all
right
this
there.
other stuff you gave me says nothing about $2,700.
Well, if I had it, I would sure give it to you.
Because what it shows is that there are different amounts that you paid off different amounts at different times, not $2,700 at one fell swoop.
Actually, it should, I don't. I wish I had.
Actually.
I don't have that. No.
Of course you don't have it because, sir, let me explain something
Because
to
I
you.
wasn't prepared to bring that information in court, sir. But
Well,
if we...
Mr. Hart, I don't know why you weren't prepared to do that, sir, because that is your answer, that you used this $2,700 for an attorney. So it would seem to me, with all the other paperwork that you brought, you would have brought that one document showing you took the $2,700 from the plaintiff and you paid the attorney with it. That's the one document that I would have.
Yeah, that's one document I wish I had.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,538. And let me tell you what I'm taking off.
Okay.
Taking off the $100 you were foolish enough to give him to gamble.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You may step out.
Stabbed me in the back like she stabbed her daughter in the
And
back.
it wasn't even about the money, that he didn't owe her any money. It was about me having harassment suit from her daughter and her so that he would not be able to see his son.
Justice prevailed. It just isn't paid a lot.
And now the next case.
All parties on Bose versus Fritz. Step forward, please.
33-year-old business owner Nicholas Bose is suing his ex-girlfriend, 36-year-old bartender Karen Rose Fritz, for an unpaid truck loan and rent. Karen is countersuing for damaged clothes and jewelry.
Mr. Bose, according to your complaint, you and the defendant dated for a while. You made a loan to her of about $400 for a car.
Yes.
The relationship terminated. You claim she not only owes you the money for the car, but owes you for a month's rent.
Right.
She says that the money for the car was not a loan but a gift, and that you had thrown her out of the apartment, and therefore there was no reason for her to pay rent in an apartment where she was not living.
Correct.
She has, however, a counterclaim. She indicates that you vandalized some of her property and retained some of her property. Tell me about the circumstances surrounding this loan for her car.
My friend here had a van for sale and she wanted it, so I told her I would lend her the money, and when she got her taxes back, she was supposed to pay me back.
Was that the arrangement?
Yes.
So, Ms. Fritz, you tell me your version of the conversation surrounding this $400 for the van.
I was waiting for my paycheck to come, and I told him I would pay for it, but he said as long as he had the money, he would pay for it for me.
You think that he said that as long as he had the money, he perceived that you were going to have a long-term future together?
Yeah.
So don't you think it's right that you return this $400 to him since you were going to pay for it anyway?
I don't feel I should have to.
Okay. Now tell me about the rent on the apartment.
She was supposed to be paying $300 a month. I have a copy of the lease here, and in regards to the van, Karen filed a restraining order on me. There's the lease. Sir?
He wants to show you.
If you look under tab 4, her testimony in court, she says, I do not deny owing him the $400.
You did say that.
Correct. I don't deny owing him the money, but when I went over to...
Well, you denied it today. What is this month's rent you're suing her for?
Karen, in November, almost died from drinking. April 1st, I went to the bar. She was drinking, and she got mad at me because I gave Don another $60 that we owed him on the van. She started yelling at me, screaming at me. She just lost control. And then she went and spent the night at her ex-boyfriend's house. I did not kick her out. She chose to go live with this other guy.
Had you moved into this apartment together, sir?
No.
You're going to continue to pay the rent and live there because you want to stay there?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me hear about your counterclaim.
I went to pick up some clothing, and he said that he threw outside. And on there was a note that said, it was my old marriage license. It was a bad word that we don't want to say. And then I looked at the clothing when I got back to the house, and it was either bleached or it was cut up, and then there was jewelry that was ran over.
Did you?
Ma'am?
Yes.
No, ma'am, I did not. If you'll look on tab 6, in her testimony, she says Lakewood police came with her, and they saw that the clothes were torn up but did not make a report. They didn't make a report because it didn't happen. Her clothes were fine.
You have the clothes with you?
Yes, I do.
Let me see them.
They were fine when I set them out there.
No, I'm sorry.
That's why Lakewood police did not make a report over it.
What's this jewelry box that you have here?
He had pulled into the parking lot where I work and proceeded to get out, and then he backed up and left. That was the remainder of what was left in the parking lot after he had left.
That's untrue, Your Honor. She had Lakewood police come question me that day, and she told them I was on videotape in the parking lot, and I was not on it when they went and reviewed the tape.
You know about that?
It's a revolving tape. It doesn't actually...
Whatever. Was he on the tape?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Take these old clothes.
This is what was on the clothing when he left.
I did not write that on there, Your Honor.
Whatever. Even if you did, that clothing that's in that box is not worth very much. Certainly not worth $1,000 that you're suing for.
Yeah.
Trust me. Do you claim that he also has jewelry that belongs to you?
Yes, I do.
What jewelry?
It was a teardrop earring that he will not give me back because of this suit that we have going on.
The only thing I have of hers is a VCR and some dishes that I kept until she paid me the money.
What about this piece of jewelry? Where did you leave that?
That was left in a jewelry box, along with 2 rings that I just bought him.
Well, how did you get your clothes? Basic clothes.
That's it.
You never got any other clothes that were there? I mean, that's all the clothes
No,
that
that's all I have. He's got the rest of his house.
Is this the only thing that you put on the porch, this little box?
No.
It's not?
No.
You must have had lots of clothes. You have
Right.
coats, you have jackets.
Right.
Right?
I put everything.
Well, where's the rest of that stuff?
All I got, this is a basket. That is all I got.
I put all of her clothes on the porch. I put her son's clothes on the porch.
No, you didn't.
A few things.
Just
of
a
her...
minute. Miss Fritz, I cannot believe that you did not get back son's clothes, son's things, underwear. I don't believe that. I don't believe it for a minute.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Sure. Who are you?
Don Thomas. I'm the one who sold him the minivan.
Yes.
There's also a $240 balance on the minivan that I've never received.
Sure.
I was hoping the rings were worth more than $240. That way I could get my money.
Why?
Maybe she could
Where are
give
the
me
rings?
her rings.
Where are the rings?
I don't know. Maybe she could give them to me so I can get the rest of my money for my minivan.
This is not one-stop shopping. If you feel as if she still owes you money for a van, you have to go to court, as he did, and file a complaint. Do you understand?
Sure.
Your rent, you'll take care of. But you are owed $460. As far as your counterclaim is concerned, I do not believe that those items were the only items you retrieved from the plaintiff's home.
I have a copy of the police report that was written from that day that was here.
Sure, I'll take a look at it.
And I had 2 witnesses to verify that that's all that I had.
So where are they?
The kids.
Where are they?
They
Where are your
couldn't come
witnesses?
today. So I brought the one that saw the jewelry being run over in the parking lot.
Well, you reported this to the police a week and a half after you allegedly picked up your clothes. Your current boyfriend said somebody threw a paintball at his car and he saw a red convertible. And you told the police that some time ago you found that some of the articles had been cut up. So you did not report this to the police at the time you allegedly found it. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. If somebody cut up all my clothes, did not return my clothes, I would have been on the phone that day. We understand each other?
Yes.
Good. Now, step up. You want to tell me about what you saw, about jewelry?
I saw red convertible pull into the parking lot. It stopped, backed up, pulled forward again, pulled out of the lot, and went west.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes later, a patron came into the bar, said, I found this jewelry. I went out to the parking lot and spent approximately 2 hours picking up jewelry that was scattered across the parking lot.
Did you ever drop jewelry off at the parking lot?
No, ma'am.
What kind of car do you
It's
drive?
a red convertible.
Uh-huh.
But everybody's seen it up there. If I was doing that, ma'am, I would be on the videotape.
Maybe there's a good reason that you both have restraining orders. This jewelry here isn't worth $1,000.
Well,
I let my
it's
grandchildren
sentimental
play.
value,
I
Your
let my grandchildren play with this stuff. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $460. Ms. Fritz, I do not believe that you have any other items in his house other than your VCR and your dishes, neither of which you're suing for. Do you want them?
Yes, I do.
Good. Within 5 days, you'll make an arrangement to go and pick up with a police officer VCR and your dishes. The dishes are to be in one piece, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
VCR too. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Number 85 on the calendar, the matter of Carrigan versus Bulkey. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. May be seated. Folks have seats.
Ms. Carrigan, it is your claim that the defendant, who is your boyfriend's brother, caused damage to your rental car. And
That's
he did
correct.
that in a purposeful manner. Want to tell me when this happened?
This happened on the morning of January 28th,
What time in the morning?
about 8 a.m.
Where were you?
We were over at a mutual friend's house.
What were you doing there?
I was driving by to pick up my rental car I had let my boyfriend use to take his friends home.
Okay, so your boyfriend was driving your rental car.
Correct.
Took his friends home. What time had he taken your rental car?
About 15 minutes before that, and I had gone home.
What, were you partying all night?
We were at a friend's party the night before, yes.
So everybody was drinking all night?
Not all night. We stayed there the night prior and came home in the morning.
So everybody was partying all night?
Correct.
Okay. Why did you have a rental car?
I had a rental car because I had been in an accident prior to this about a month before.
When you drove by there, you were driving another car.
I was driving my boyfriend's car.
And he took the rental car to take some people home.
Correct.
15 minutes before you arrived, and what did you go there for?
He was supposed to be right back, so I went to go find him in the car and went to go get something to eat. And I was driving by and noticed that the car was parked there. So I stopped.
Okay, go ahead.
I had also noticed that his friends that were with him that evening had bought beer, and I was upset and wanted to switch cars and wanted to leave. Unfortunately, we ended up arguing. He wouldn't give me my keys so we could switch cars, so I would have the rental car and he would have his car. We argued. People came out of the house. We were arguing quite loudly. Once I got my keys, his car was blocking the rental car in.
So you couldn't pull out?
Correct.
Okay.
Everyone was in a frenzy, really upset. And from the back of the house...
Why was everybody in a frenzy? What were you
It was
yelling
early in
about?
the morning and we were arguing.
What were you arguing about?
Because he wouldn't give me my keys. And once I received my keys, I got in my vehicle, the rental car. The defendant and his girlfriend, which is here as well, came out of the back of the house. She went into the house and he came and punched the driver's side window. I was in the vehicle at the time.
Did he say anything to you?
I couldn't hear. I was in the vehicle. The windows were rolled up.
Okay, he punched the window. You admit that you punched the window?
Yeah, with an open hand. I hit the window.
Whatever. You admit you punched the
Yeah.
window, that the window did not break?
There was
The window did not break.
other window, though.
The window didn't break?
No, I hit the
Okay.
passenger window, though.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but he hit the driver's side window with his fist.
Whatever.
And
It didn't break?
No, that's correct.
Okay, so continue.
He stepped back, picked up a bottle, and threw it against the driver's side window. Fortunately, it did not hit the window. It hit the side panels, causing them to chip and causing both the driver's side and the driver rear side to chip as well. I have pictures.
With one bottle, it caused damage on two
It was like a 40-ounce bottle. There's bottles all over that yard there.
Well, let me see where you say this one bottle caused damage to the car.
I have 3 pictures of the same. It's driver's side. It hit the panels in between the front seat and the back seat.
Oh, I see.
I also have a detailed invoice and an estimate on it as well. Sorry.
And you saw him throw this bottle?
Yes, I was in the driver's side, sitting in the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Well, I was sleeping over at my friend's house, and my brother came to wake me up to drink. I guess they'd been partying all night. He wanted me to drink with him. It was about 7 in the morning or so, and I didn't want to get up. I was tired. I was woken up a few more times. A couple of my friends woke me up, people that lived there, telling me to get her out of there. She was in the driveway, roasting her tires and yelling and screaming. Woke up everybody, all the kids and everything. And after about 45 minutes, everybody bothering me to get her out of there, I finally got up and went out there and asked her to leave, and she flipped me off, and then I hit the window, and then she backed out and left. And I guess, from what I understand, before she got there, she had wrecked the rental car because she was driving drunk. And then she walked home and got the other car. And my brother had came over in the rental car because she left after she wrecked it. That was pretty much it, and then she left. And this guy was there with them when they were drinking and partying all night.
I believe they were drinking and partying all
And
night.
he offered to give her a ride home in her car because she was very drunk, and she pulled a knife on him, so he left. That's pretty much it. So
Either one of you two people outside at the time that the defendant...
she was up.
Shh, I'm not finished. That the defendant hit or punched the car window.
Yes.
Step up. Go ahead.
When I was there, I went inside after when he
Look
went
at
out
me.
to try.
Look at me. Don't look over there.
To try and get her to leave, and I heard yelling outside, so I went outside again, and that's when I seen him go up to the car and I guess ask her to leave, and then I seen him hit the right side passenger front seat window with his palm.
And then what did you see?
And then I seen her exit.
Exit where?
She left.
What time had all the people arrived from the party at your house?
Well, it was a friend's house, maybe around 6:45, I think it was, because I was supposed to get up and leave at 8, and I remember everybody just coming in. It was real chaotic.
Let's talk about before she got there.
It was when, probably, yeah, about 6:45, 7.
And who brought the beer?
I'm not aware who brought the beer. I do know that his brother came in and asked if he wanted to drink, but I'm not sure who brought the beer.
How much beer did they bring?
We didn't even see the beer.
I didn't ask you what you saw.
Sorry. Yeah,
We don't know.
that is correct. I did not see any beer. They just asked if he wanted to go drink, and he declined. His brother left.
So you didn't see any beer? No beer around?
No, I did not see.
When they were waking me up, they had beer. I didn't see how much beer there was. They had beer in their hands. But
other than that, I did not see a
boxes of beer
12-pack
or
or anything like that. Yeah, I did not see any other beer.
Did you see any beer bottles?
I think there was 1 or 2 in the recycling bin that had been there, but I mean, nothing. There wasn't bottles strewn all over the driveway or anything like that.
Is his brother still your boyfriend?
Yes, he is. This has caused a lot of problems between us and family issues as well because we both live with his father.
Where's your boyfriend today?
He's in the audience.
Was he present when his brother threw the bottle?
Yes, he was.
What's his name?
Seth Bulkey.
Seth Bulkey. Step up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mary Carrigan says her boyfriend's brother, Jason Bulkey, damaged her rent-a-car in a fit of rage. Jason says Mary damaged it herself when she was driving drunk.
Would you state your name?
Seth Bulkey.
Would you swear him, please?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth in these matters?
Yes.
Take your hands out of your pockets, please. Were you present on the 28th of January of this year when this incident occurred?
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer yes or
Yes.
no. Did you see your brother throw a bottle at the car?
Yes, he did.
Where did he get the bottle from?
On the ground, or he brought it out, I don't know.
But you actually saw him physically throw the bottle at the car?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You may be seated. I have estimate here for $500, which is the $500 deductible judgment for the plaintiff. That's all, $500.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
her acting crazy happens all the time. I try and stay away from her.
I just didn't want to become another one of his victims.
Don't drink and drive.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Camna versus Seaman. Step forward, please.
20-year-old general contractor Jason Camna is suing former friend, 21-year-old cook Nicholas Seaman. Jason claims Nicholas took his car without permission and was arrested for driving under the influence.
Mr. Camma, you and the defendant were friends, according to your complaint. One evening, he came to your house with his girlfriend. You say he got quite drunk. His girlfriend left. You let him sleep on the couch. You woke up the next morning, found him gone with your car. You got a call sometime later from him indicating he had been pulled over, was charged with driving while under the influence of alcohol, spent the night in jail. Car got a little trashed. Your car was now in the impound. You want from him the money that was spent to get the car out of impound, to clean up from where he threw up all over the car, to fix the damage that he caused when he crashed into something, etc. You want all the money that you spent as a
Correct.
result of him taking the car. The defendant says that he had permission to take your car. And as a matter of fact, you asked him to take your car. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Because you were hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning. He took your car, and it's all your fault because the car did not have updated tags. So the car was pulled over. As a result of that, he was arrested because In addition to your car not having tags, you also caused him to be intoxicated. You caused him to throw up in front of the officer all over your car. You did that too, right?
Correct.
And therefore, it is not his fault, and he shouldn't have to pay anything.
Right, I should burden the expense.
That's his position. Convince me.
Okay, Your Honor. I figure for the last 3 to 4 months...
Let's start with, I got to his house with my girlfriend.
All right, well, I got to his house probably around 10:30, and I probably had, over the whole night, probably about 6 beers.
After the 5th one, who remembers? Yes, go ahead.
I still knew perfectly clear what I was
Go
doing. I went to Taco Bell because he asked me to go to Taco Bell. We were kind of hungry. After you have a few beers, you do get kind of hungry.
Just a second. Your girlfriend left.
She had already left. She left about 11:30.
Is this your girlfriend?
Yes, it is. Marina.
Perfect. Step up here for a second. How old are you?
18.
Was it your intention to spend your evening with your boyfriend?
Yes.
Did you leave him at Mr. Kama's house because he had gotten a little intoxicated?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Why did you leave him at the house?
It was getting late, and I wanted to go home. It was about 11:30, 12 o'clock when I left.
Right.
Nicholas had not been drinking yet. Jason, by the time we had got there at 10:30.
Just a second. If you wanted to go home, why didn't your boyfriend drive you home at midnight?
He was going to stay with Jason.
Was that the plan, or was that the plan once you got there?
No, that was the plan. He was going to stay at Jason's house that night.
Okay, and he hadn't been drinking at all?
No.
Go ahead.
And by the time that we had gotten to the house, Jason had already had alcohol in him.
So Jason was drunk?
Yes, and the reason why I left at 11:30 is to go home because it was getting late, and Jason was being rude to me because he was drinking. And I didn't want to put up with it, so I left to go home.
Jason was being rude to you?
Yes.
Was he being rude to you in front of your boyfriend?
Yes, he always
He
has.
does it quite.
Shh. Go ahead.
He does it quite frequently, Your Honor, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Then why would you put your girlfriend in a position of going to his house for even a minute while Jason was drunk and being rude to your girlfriend?
Your Honor,
I'm not asking you a thing.
Well, honestly, I've been really, really good friends with him throughout the past year and a half.
Wonderful. And how long has she been your girlfriend?
5.5, 6 years, off and on.
And he was being rude to her that evening?
Yes.
Did you hear him being rude to your girlfriend?
Yes.
And what you do is you say, I'm going home with my girlfriend. You couldn't drive, is that right? You have no license.
That's right.
Is
Your
that
Honor.
right? And that's a result of driving while under the influence of alcohol?
The reason I had my license suspended was because I had too many tickets. And
Tickets
actually,
for what?
for speeding. And I was just...
I'm not finished. So your girlfriend was doing the driving. You bring your girlfriend over for an evening at Jason's house. He's drunk. He's rude to your girlfriend. So you let her go home at midnight and you stay. According to your answer, sir, it was 2 o'clock in the morning when you got hungry. Is that right?
At about 1:30, 1:45. It was 2
So
o'clock when we got pulled over.
I'm speaking. And according to your girlfriend, you had had nothing to drink before she left. Is
That's
that right?
right.
So in the span of approximately, according to you, an hour and a half, you consumed 6 beers.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That's a lot of beers in an hour and a half.
That's true.
So you were pretty drunk.
Yeah. When I
Now-
was pulled over, I was. At the time, when I left the house, I could still walk perfectly straight line.
Okay, so you get pulled over, and you ask for your license. You got a suspended license. There were no tags on the car. Tell me about what happened when you threw up in the car. I
Well,
want to hear all about that.
I figured it was probably just my nerves. I
Tell
was
me about
really,
the
really
police
nervous.
officer pulls you over.
When the police officer pulled me over, he comes to the window and he asked me whose car this was. I told him it was my friend Jason Kamnas. And I said it wasn't even 2 blocks away from the house where I got pulled over. When I left Jason's house, there was a cop parked right in the
I
front.
don't care. I want to know when you threw up in the car.
Okay. After he came, he took down all my information and went back to his car. He was going to write out a ticket. He had a ticket in his hand for driving while suspended and uninsured, which I have right here,
I don't need
with
it.
no tags.
I don't need it.
And when he comes back is when I really started getting nervous, and I did get sick.
In the car.
In the car.
That's
So
when he placed you under arrest.
That is when he placed me under arrest. I asked him to
Perfect.
place
You
me
have
under arrest.
all the estimates?
With me, I have the
Well, I only
towing.
want to know what's with you, sir. That's your
Yes,
proof.
I've had an estimate given.
What was the damage on the car?
The damage occurred to the driver's side front and on my parents' house where the car was parked. When you back down the driveway, you need to back down at an angle kind of and if you crank the wheel too hard, the front end will hit the garage. And it hit the garage and took a chunk out of the 2x6 that surrounds the garage and put a nice little dent in the front.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I remember this whole night clearly. And every single thing I said to the officer, everything I did the whole night, and I do not remember hitting that garage once.
That's too bad.
I don't know where this came from.
That's too bad.
And the dent in the left front bumper, he ran into his brother's car about a month ago on the right rear side, and he did not remember running into the car either. That's what he told his brother.
Why weren't there tags on the car?
Because I couldn't pass the Department of Environmental Quality.
What kind of car is this?
It's an '83 Dodge Rampage,
Uh-huh.
and basically it was negligence on my part not having.
What's $575 from
This
rental
resulted after the car. I got it out of impound, and when I got it in to drive it, there's puke everywhere, and there was a knock in the motor, and then the motor seized up. I don't know if that's because when the car was sitting there idling, it tends to get really hot, and if it wasn't shut off, it could do some damage.
I'm not paying for a rental car for you, sir. What other damages did you have?
I had my towing fees, and
I have
missed
your towing
6
fees?
6 days of work
6 days of work, why?
because I had no car.
You had no car anyway. They had expired tags.
Well, all I needed was a temporary permit.
You didn't have it.
Correct.
So you had no car anyway.
Well, I guess technically no.
Right. So if your car isn't registered, you have no car. You have to be responsible. You drive a car, it has to be registered, it has to have proper insurance, but that doesn't mean he can trash your car and say it's not his fault because it didn't have good tags. He was drunk when he took it. He shouldn't have gotten behind the wheel of the car while he was intoxicated. He's got to pay for certain basic fees. If you had had the car cleaned and detailed, I would have charged him for that too.
Your Honor, I offered to clean the car first thing the day I got out of jail. I apologize for everything. We went there to go get the car out of the impound, and we got almost completely there, and we had to turn around because his license was expired. And
So you
I
got
don't
in the
think
car
he had
anyway.
insurance.
Who was driving?
Me.
She was.
I had just taken, we were just getting ready to take Jason to the impound so he could get his car out, and he said, wait, I cannot go. I don't have insurance and I have an expired license.
So he had no car anyway. So who cares whether he rented a car? How did they rent you a car?
Well, the fact of the matter is I did have insurance. And
How did they rent you a car if you had an expired license?
It was not expired.
What was it?
It was valid. It was a valid Oregon driver's license.
Your Honor, he stated clearly to me that it was not it was already expired.
And that he had no insurance.
Well, in order to rent a car in the state of Oregon, you have to have all the proper
I would say so. That's really interesting.
insurance.
That's really interesting that he was able to rent a car. Who knows? In any event, he owes you $243.50. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Party's calendar in the matter of Walentine versus Tomaselli. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Walentine, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you at a party, causing you physical injury. You had substantial dental bills. You still have some work that has to be done. You want to be compensated for the assault. Mr. Tomaselli says that you started it, he finished it, and you were unruly. You touched him first, and he acted in self-defense. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What is your name?
Amber Trill.
This is the lovely Amber. Sit down, Amber. I'm not with you yet, but I will be. When did this happen, Mr. Walentine?
If I could recall the exact date, it would be
The questions
April
are going to
3rd.
get harder. Listen to me, Mr. Walentine. The questions are going to get harder. The date should be something that's fixed in your memory.
The night of April 3rd, 2004.
See, we're not going to play with each other. The only one that has a good time here is me. And you and the lovely Miss Amber were at a party together?
Yes.
Whose party was it?
Kind of my party, a going away party.
Going from where to where, Mr. Walentine?
I am from New Mexico, so I was visiting. I do live in Seattle right now.
And in whose house was the party?
It was kind of an office building that they renovated into a music venue.
And how did Amber get to the party?
On her own, driving.
You don't know how she got there.
No.
Was she a friend of yours before April 3rd of 2004?
Yeah, we've known each other for about 3 years.
But you did not know Mr. Tomaselli.
I did not know.
All right, so give me your version, please, of what happened on the evening of April 3rd.
It was going well. The music was going. I did notice Ed and his friends hanging out at the party earlier. I didn't.
Mr. Walentine,
I'm sorry.
could you try to focus on me, sir? Focus on me. not up in the air, not in the heavens, not at your shoes. Try to focus on me. So when you're thinking, you can think and look at me at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
To my left, Amber was standing in the corner, talking with some friends. We gave each other a hug. We ended up talking for about another 5 minutes, finished continuing going into the hallway where Ed was standing. She said, "Oh, hi, Ed. This is my friend PJ." "Hi, Ed." And instead of extending his hand out to greet me, he just cocked back and punched me in the face. And at that point, I started bleeding. I stepped back and exited, went to my car because I'm bleeding. I didn't want to fight. I just went, to my party.
How come you didn't call the police?
Because he had left already. Sure, I could call.
How do you know he left already if you went to your car?
Because Amber dragged him out, and I noticed this while I was leaving.
Okay, Mr. Tomaselli, now let's hear your version of the events.
On this night, I'd gone to the party. I was with my friends.
How did you get to the party?
I had taken Amber out for a couple of cocktails earlier, and while we were having cocktails, I don't drink, but Miss Triolo was. She said she was going to a party she was going to bartend at. "Would you like to go?" I said, "Sure." We were going to hook up, go to this party, hopefully go home later to my house. Maybe not. We weren't an item at that time.
Could we? Listen, I'm not interested in the potential romance.
Okay, but this is how I got...
I'm just interested in how you got this. So you knew her before.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long had you known Amber?
About a year and a half.
Had you dated?
Yes, Your Honor.
You dated exclusively or just off and on?
Off and on.
All right. So you saw her on the evening of April 3rd. You had a couple of drinks with her, and then she invited you to come to this party.
I did not drink, Your Honor. I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. I'm a wrestler, athlete, professional athlete.
Okay.
I didn't drink. So I went to this party. Amber was already there. We were standing in a circle.
Who was we?
Me, my friends, and Amber.
Could you look at me when
Mr. Wallentyne came in from outside, started snuggling up next to Amber. Amber introduced us all. I said, "That's messed up," because they were snuggling. I thought I was going to be with Amber, so I walked away. When I was walking away, Mr. Wallentyne came up behind me, pursued me down this hallway, and said, "What's up, dog?" Okay, he did not put his hand out. He had his hand clenched, and he reached out to me. Through my experience...
How did you see that, sir, if you were walking away and he was behind you?
I was in the hallway where I turned around to see what was going on. I walked through the hallway. There was a lot of people. I turned around to see where my buddies were, and Mr. Wallentyne was behind me.
Yes.
He put his hand on my shoulder, said, "What's up, dog?"
How did he put his hand on your shoulder?
Reached out towards me.
Touched your shoulder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
At that time, I turned around and said, "I'm not your dog." And yes, I did hit him. Through my experience and expertise, I know when someone comes up behind you and says, "What's up, dog?" he has bad intentions. A man this size has the potential of hurting me, someone my size, very badly.
All right, Amber, front and center. You and Mrs. Tomaselli were out earlier that evening?
Yes.
Mr. Tomaselli did not drink?
No.
You got to the party? You went with him?
No.
You went in your own car?
I believe so, yes.
Try getting it more specific than that. Did
Yeah,
you go in
I
your own
drove.
car or did you go with Mr. Tomaselli?
No, I drove.
So you met there?
Yes.
Why do I feel as if I'm telling the story by myself? These are not trick questions. They may get harder, but right now they're not trick questions, Amber. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You were present at the time that Mr. Wallentyne was struck in the mouth?
Yes.
Tell me how that happened. Try looking at me when you tell me how that happened.
We were talking, Patrick and I, and Mr. Tomaselli walked up and I said, "Hey Ed, how's it going?" You know, I gave him a hug, told him hi. And I introduced him to PJ, and instead of them meeting each other, he just socked him in the face.
Why would he do that?
Jealousy.
He wasn't drunk or anything, right?
No.
He was clearly angry because he said, "Hey, that's messed up." Right, Mr. Tomaselli?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, who are you?
My name's Kyle McElroy.
Kyle, you were there that day.
I was there that evening.
Good. And I know that you're dying to tell me your version of these events, aren't you, Kyle?
I can't wait.
Well, then just step up here, Kyle. Kyle, how old are you?
I'm 21.
How long have you known Mr. Tomaselli?
I knew none of the parties that night.
How'd you get to this party?
Through a friend of mine. It's a Wednesday night kegger that, as far as I knew, it was like a deal that they had every Wednesday.
Wednesday night, the West Wing is on. Why would anybody want to go to a kegger?
So, would you like me to tell
I
my story?
would.
Okay. Like he said, we were standing there talking. Amber, we were sitting there talking to Amber. This guy walked up. We were introduced. We were standing there. Then Ed got, frustrated, decided to...
Just a minute. I'm going to ask you to speculate. Why did Ed get frustrated?
Well, like you say, the girl he thought he was coming to meet at the party was...
Canoodling.
Canoodling. So...
With somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I saw Ed walking away. The guy kind of came up behind him and kind of turned his shoulder. "What's up, dog?" Ed said, "I'm not your dog."
Well, you just did something. You said, "What's up, dog?" And then you did something like extend your hand.
But kind of, yeah, well...
What does that mean?
Well, like I said...
Touched him on his shoulder, right?
Yeah. Ed took it as a threat, obviously. Punched the guy.
Sit down.
Thank you.
You too. Mr. Tomaselli, you're clearly a very powerful young man. You are proficient in the martial arts.
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the things that they teach you, because I know I have grandchildren who take these martial art classes, is you're supposed to be able to control yourself, Mr. Tomaselli, right?
Yes,
it's all
Your Honor.
about control, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't think you controlled yourself well that night, Mr. Tomaselli. I think you got very angry. You can't even make an excuse that you had something to drink, but you hurt him badly. And there was no aggression on his part, not even according to your witness. He was probably stupid drunk, but he's just sort of a big goof. Mr. Tomaselli, I want you to trust me. He's really just sort of a big goof.
If you say so, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Tomaselli, he didn't come up behind you, spin you around, and punch you. He came up, put his hand on you, and said to you, "What's up, dog?" Now, I don't know what that means, and I may be out of things. My children are older than Officer Bird's children. Do you know what "what's up, dog" means?
Sure.
What does it mean?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? That's what it would seem to me to mean. What's up, dog? It's not necessarily a term of endearment, but it's not, choose your weapons. We're going to, we're going to joust.
Not from my mouth, at least.
Oh, you're just a big doughboy. He's you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a bad guy. Let me see your dental bills, Mr. Valentine.
The first occurred is for the infection. I got all puffed up and in pain. I couldn't sleep for 3 days, and
You're right.
that
I
had
know.
to get antibiotics, painkillers, so I could finally sleep and go back to work.
Which tooth was it? The tooth that's missing?
Yeah.
That one? You need an implant there?
I still need to get my implant.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Where did you pick Mr. Holloway up?
Commerce Casino.
Who else was with him?
2 other gentlemen, like young, like 2 20-year-olds or something like that.
Maybe that's what you were fighting with your fiancé about.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patrick Wallentine says fellow partygoer Ed Tomaselli punched him in the mouth. Ed says Patrick was too friendly with his date.
What do you do for a living?
I do a lot of things, but right now,
What you just said, what's your favorite thing?
my favorite?
Yeah. You do a lot of things, though. Tell me what your favorite,
My
what your
favorite
fave is.
is to sing and host people, kind of like parties.
This is so painful.
That's my favorite thing. But right now, I do have a painting business and a construction business that I work for. So but I can do anything.
Can't put in an implant.
I can't.
See what I mean? Mr. Tomaselli,
Yes, Your Honor.
harmless. You misjudged his intent. Put your hand down.
Sorry.
All right? He's a lover, not a fighter. Do you know what I mean? He didn't want to hurt you. And you overreacted because you were angry. And you have to pay for that. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Ed didn't tell the truth. I did not touch him.
It was a tombstone, flying ruckus, left.
I fell back, and that's all, and I walked out.
Went down like everybody.
Maybe he's been choked a couple times, can't really remember it quite straight.
When they step up to the plate, like Hank Aaron, they just knock him out of the park.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Soyak versus Holloway. Step forward, please.
Limousine driver James Soyak is suing former client, business owner Tim Holloway, for an unpaid hotel bill. James says Tim is a scammer.
Mr. Holloway, how old are you, sir?
33.
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I have a maintenance company.
How long have you had it?
My dad had it since '59. I took it over about 3 years ago.
He's no longer involved in the business.
Sometimes, yeah.
So he still goes into the office?
Correct.
On a daily basis?
2 or 3 times a week.
Are you making this up as we're going along, sir?
No.
Are you trying to give me accurate answers? Because you never can tell why I'm asking you these questions.
Correct.
Now, do you live alone or do you live with someone else?
I live with my fiance.
Did you move into her place or did you move in someplace together?
Together.
When?
2 years ago.
What's the address?
North Wilson.
How large an apartment is it?
It's a condo. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Are you renting or did you buy it?
We're renting that.
Are you both on the lease?
Yes.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Now, Mr. Soyak, you drive a limousine.
Yes, ma'am.
And your complaint is that you drove Mr. Holloway in your limousine to a casino, hotel.
Yes.
And he told you that he'd forgotten his wallet and he needed a hotel room. So you agreed to put the hotel room on your credit card.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true.
He used the room and then stiffed you for the reimbursement.
I rented 2 rooms for him, $99 each.
In addition, he didn't have his wallet, so he said you needed some money. You gave him cash. He gave you a check.
Yes, ma'am.
For $300. The check bounced.
Yes.
That's
So-
not true.
What's not true, sir?
The room. Now, the check.
Let's talk about the check.
Okay.
Let me hear.
I gave him a check. Me and my fiance was having problems at the house. I couldn't get to what I need to get to the bank. I owe him for the $300, but the hotel room, it never
Now,
happened.
okay. Now, Mr. Holloway, your last paragraph of your answer, which you swore to, sir, says, I did give him a check for $300, which was returned. I explained that I had just moved and was having problems with my bank account.
I did just move.
No, just a second. I explained that I had just moved.
Same thing I just said. I
No,
was
no,
having
no.
problems
That's
with
not. Mr. Holloway, let me understand something, sir. No more than 5 minutes ago, I said to you, where do you live? You gave me the address. Who
Right.
do you live with? I live with my fiance. How long have you lived there in the condo? 2 years. Did you sign a lease? Yes.
That's what I said. But I just moved. If we was having problems, evidently I had to leave because we was having problems. So I did leave. Now now we reconciled. That's one thing. But I did leave. So what I told you is the truth.
Can I see the bills for the 2 rooms, please? Mr. Soyak, how long have you been driving a limousine?
10 years.
Okay. You ever had this kind of trouble?
Never.
Mr. Soyak, let me explain something to you. Don't be an idiot. You don't take out your credit card, allow somebody to put money on your credit card. You don't take checks
Yes,
from people
ma'am.
you don't
You're
know.
absolutely right.
Good.
It'll never
Can I have
happen
it,
again.
please? The rooms you rented for $99, but he certainly did a lot more damage than the $99.
He drank everything in the bar. Plus movies, plus phone calls.
I never went in the room.
Okay. You owe him a whole bunch of money, sir. You owe him for these 2 hotel rooms. Who else was with you? Who else was with him, Mr. Soyak?
He found a couple of young gentlemen. They were walking the street while we were in Old Town Pasadena, and he claimed he's a music producer. And I don't know how he knew these guys can sing, but he made friends with them and invited them later to be picked up in the car, and we drove them also to the Commerce Casino. He didn't want the other two men to sleep in the same room as him, so he wanted me to get a separate room for them.
That's a lie. That never happened.
It's not a lie because I have my witnesses
Mr. Holloway,
here.
Mr. Holloway,
I have my witnesses here. My other driver that picked him up Sunday.
So you dropped him off and somebody else picked him up?
Yes.
Who picked him up?
Richard, he's my co-driver.
Step up, sir. Your last name?
Thompson.
Where did you pick Mr. Holloway up?
Commerce Casino.
Who else was with him?
2 other gentlemen, like young, like 2 20-year-olds or something like that.
Maybe that's what you were fighting with your fiancé about. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,113. That's all. Step out.
Thank you.
6 on the calendar in the matter of Robinson versus Brazel. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
According to what I've read, it is your claim, Kenneth, through your mother, who was your guardian, that Sandra and her mother filed false police reports about you. You used to be her boyfriend. That was last year. Things did not go well. She claimed that you made threats against her, and her mother made threats against you, as a result of which you suffered some emotional disturbance, problems at school. Sandra says that everything that she said was true. Her mother says that everything that she said was true, and that she is, in fact, counterclaiming. She says, despite the fact that there is a restraining order, you continue to harass her, you and your friends. And in addition, she says that you've damaged both the family car and house by instigating and being involved in some egg throwing at her car. So let's get some dates here. You dated up until when, Kenneth?
It would have to be January 7th, Your Honor.
And when do you believe that Mrs. Brazel filed a first complaint about you?
Oh, and the police, they came to the house on January 10th, Your Honor.
Who was at home when the police came to the house?
My father was.
What happened?
They just shortly talked to him about how they checked my record and said I've never been in trouble before and that Miss Brazel is filing a restraining order on me.
Can I see the copy of the application for a restraining order, please? Is it true, Sandra, that you broke up in the beginning of January?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so the first thing we have here is verbally threatening my life. What kind of threat was that?
There was a time after we broke up, Kenny made me come back to his house and talk to his mom. And she said that if I didn't stay with him until we went to a dance at prom, and that if we didn't remain peacefully together, she'd have a Mexican girl come beat me up at school if I didn't stay peacefully with their son.
When was the dance?
It's prom. It's coming up next weekend.
What did she say to you? If you don't stay with her son for prom, she's going to have somebody beat you up?
Yeah.
Did you say that to her?
No. No. I was very happy that they had broken up.
Why?
Because the relationship was up and down. Constantly. Sandy was breaking up with Kenny. They'd get back together. Everything would be fine for a while. Then they'd break up again. And it was just a lot of emotional stuff going back and forth.
Did you have any conversation with her at all?
Not about the prom. No, I did not.
This says the allegations of abuse. The most recent allegations of abuse by the defendant was on January 10th. Verbally threatened my life. And then again, I received a call from him saying that if I went to school this day, which was Friday, he would have this Mexican girl beat me up because of the broken heart I left him with. I had my mom take me to the police station, and after the report was made, he showed up at school with her today.
That was the day I filed the restraining order.
Well, who threatened you with this Mexican girl? He or his mother?
His mom and he both have.
Kenneth, I have some questions for you. Did you ever see Sandra with another boy?
No, I did not,
don't
Your
give me an
Honor.
Did you ever see Sandra with another boy?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Either at her house, at school, in the park, anywhere else?
No, I did not.
Did he?
Yes.
When?
In front of my house. I had a friend over. We were going to go out to have some coffee.
Was it before or after January 7th?
It was before January 7th.
Does that refresh your recollection?
No, it does not.
I witnessed that too.
Would you tell me about it?
He started screaming at my daughter. I was afraid that he was going to hit her.
What did he say to her?
He was just screaming, calling her a slut and a whore, that she was sleeping around with all these people from Bradshaw's. And in fact, I had to kick him off my property because this has not been the first time he's done this.
That never happened?
That never happened, Your Honor.
Why do you think they would make up these stories, Kenneth?
I don't know why they'd make up any of this.
Really?
I truly don't.
So as far as you're concerned, you haven't bothered her, annoyed her, or anything else? Is that right?
That's right.
I want you to tell me about the bagel incident at school where you and your friends were involved in throwing bagels at her at school.
It was on February 5th of 2003. And it was a pancake breakfast, just kind of like an all-you-can-eat thing after finals at our school in a way to reward us. And it was maybe towards 3/4 of the way at the end of it. and everybody was throwing bagels. And I walked over to talk to my friend Jarrell, and supposedly, I guess Tyler threw a bagel at the group that Sandy was in, and it hit her friend Sarah Hoare. So I walked back to the group and I tell them, you know, you shouldn't have done that, you're going to get me in trouble. And then Sarah Hoare comes up yelling at me, saying, oh, why'd you throw blah, 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 like getting really loud and causing a scene. And I told her stop, and my economics teacher came up and he diffused the situation, and that was it.
Let me hear. Okay, well, everyone was out in the quad to mind their own business. My friends and I were minding our own business, and him and all his friends started throwing bagels at us. I got hit like 2 times. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to cause a scene. My friend Sarah did go over there and talk to him and tell him to stop. I got hit. The 3rd time I got hit, I walked over to the teacher, and he started calling me Scarface and calling names at me. I started crying, and the principal, I went to the principal and filed the report. I talked to the cop, and they arrested him overnight, and I don't see why he keeps violating the restraining order. I just want peace with him.
Your Honor, if you look at it, it was in the quad of a high school, and she was in a group of friends, and only her 2 best friends could say they seen me. 2 teachers even said they didn't see me do it.
That does. What do you want to
We
show
have the
me?
police report
I'd like to see
of
the
the
police
incident.
report.
And also, ma'am, this is Tyler Lee, the person that threw the bagel.
Why'd you do that?
Well, there was a lot of people in the quad throwing bagels because nobody was eating them. And I decided to throw one at Sarah Hoare, which is Sandy's friend. And I
How
hit her
close
friend.
was she standing to Sandra?
Maybe a foot. They were pretty close.
Well, that was pretty stupid of you.
Well, I wasn't worried about it.
That
'cause
was
Kenny-
pretty stupid of you. Sit down.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What made you think that his father dealt drugs out of the house?
When I was with him, he told me about it.
What did he tell you?
He told me that his father's a dealer and that he has it in his refrigerator, and even his friends came by to borrow it sometimes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Kenneth Robinson says he was falsely accused of making threats towards his ex-girlfriend, 17-year-old Sandra Brazel. He is suing Sandra and her mother, Becky Brazel, for punitive damages.
What happened with regard to the charges that were against you, sir?
After being arrested, the next day, 24 hours later, I had a detention hearing, and they sent me home on house arrest. And after that, 1 week later, the next Friday, they had it saying to see if they should send it on and keep it going, and they did. And that happened about 2 more times after that, in which they finally dismissed it due to lack of evidence.
Was there a restraining order issued in her favor?
Yes, there was.
Can I see it, please?
Kenny hasn't been served. Again, the restraining order that he had was the temporary when we went to court. I spoke to the sheriff's department, and they said until he's actually
Don't tell me what the sheriff's department
Okay.
said to you.
Well, until he physically has it. And we were also told that we would get something in the mail, and we never did.
They served him in court.
All right, so let me tell you this. There is currently a protective order issued on behalf of the defendant and the rest of her family. It is a valid protective order that expires on February 3rd, 2006. I have an affidavit of service that you, Kenneth T. Robinson, was served on the 31st of January, 2003. Hearing was held before a judge on February 3rd, 2003. So I wouldn't hitch my defense to the star that you were not served with this, because if Kenneth goes anywhere near Miss Brazil or her family, he will be incarcerated in all probability until there is a hearing on the order of protection. Do you both understand?
No, we do
I
understand. We do. And Kenny had no contact with her.
Good. Fine. Okay. I cannot find, Kenneth, that anything that was done to you was done maliciously. Unless you have some other witnesses to present to me, I'll be more than happy to hear them.
Your Honor?
Yes.
In the police report, Sandy wrote down that Mr. Brown seen everything that happened, and he told the police that he's seen nothing. And
Listen
he
to
wouldn't.
me, sir. Your complaint against the defendant is that she maliciously brought these charges against you. Is that right?
Yes.
For no reason other than to embarrass you.
Yes.
I don't find that that's true.
I didn't.
You haven't proven your case.
I've not done anything to her, and there's nothing recorded that I did do anything to her.
There are things recorded. There are her complaints, sir. And you failed to appear at your hearing on February 3rd. A default judgment was taken
No, we were
against
there.
you. Well, if you were there, then you should have known that there was an order of protection issued for 3 years. Explain that to me.
On the 28th of February, we went down to file the appeal against the restraining order. The appeals office told me there was nothing on file at that time of the restraining order even being in effect. The sheriff that originally came to my home was willing to come here today, but he found out in too short of notice. His pager number is on where Becky Brazil filed false charges on the 11th and had my home searched by the police, stating that my son was a drug dealer and had weapons.
Did you ever say that he was a drug dealer and had weapons?
No, not at all.
Oh. I remember that day when we were talking to the cop, I mentioned that his father dealt with drugs, and he said that he was going to go search the house.
Where did you see the officer?
He came to our house.
Is this after you called him?
Yes.
What did you call him for?
It was about a complaint that happened at school that day.
What happened at school that day?
He just called me Scarface again at school.
This wasn't the bagel incident?
No.
Had you already had a temporary order of protection issued at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
What made you think that his father dealt drugs out of the house?
So when I was with him, he told me about it.
What did he tell you?
He told me that his father's a dealer and that he has it in his refrigerator, and even his friends came by to borrow it sometimes.
Has your father ever been arrested for drugs?
No.
Has he ever been arrested for drugs?
No.
May I say one thing?
Yes.
Friday when the cop came and she obviously made the complaint, that was on January 10th, and on there it says that the restraining order was filed on the 13th. So she didn't have the restraining order filed then.
Kenneth.
If you'll look at this by Mrs. Brazil that she gave to for the restraining order that states that things that the boys had done, neighborhood boys. My son included, of course.
This is January 8th, that you saw them egging her house and her car. Were you at the house and throwing eggs at the house with your friends?
No, I was not, Your Honor.
I have to believe that these people are totally crazy.
You should, Your Honor.
You have pictures of your house?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it, please.
My house and car. And when we went in for estimates, they also told us that rocks were thrown in addition to eggs.
Well, Kenneth, she didn't do this to her own car.
I didn't do that to her car either, Your Honor.
Ma'am, if I could give you these are letters that Sandy had written to Kenny. As far as the stalking, so that you know that he wasn't stalking them.
I'd like to see the letters.
Thank you.
These dated? When
Yeah.
did you get these?
Those two were a little bit after we broke up, maybe on the 8th and 9th of January.
After you broke up?
Yes.
Show this one to the defendant, would you please? Ask her if she recalls when she wrote it. Yes, Sandra. Take a look at this one. Don't speak to her. Do you know your daughter wrote those letters? The answer is no, is that right?
No.
Do they surprise you? Certainly doesn't sound like somebody that's afraid of him. She says she loves him. She never could envision being with somebody.
When was this? When
I didn't write these near the restraining order. We broke up like 3 different times. This is like when we first started going out. So I don't know.
No, that was a messed up, we're talking about a messed up weekend. So, when did you write them?
I mean, these sound like they were written a year ago.
How do you know that?
Just what I'm reading in here and what I've seen of their crazy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There was numerous times where we broke up and got back together, and I really did care for him at a point. That's when I was talking about that. And we got back together. You can see, like, in that letter how I colored it, and I actually did care for him. But throughout
This was 2 weeks before you broke up.
That one. But these ones I wrote when we first started going out. Throughout the whole relationship, though, he was really jealous and controlling. If I even saw me talking to a guy, he'd accuse me of doing stuff.
Look, I cannot in good conscience, Kenny, tell you that I can award you any damages because the court found after a hearing that you had in fact engaged in conduct that warranted a restraining order and granted her a restraining order for 3 years. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Now, the fact that you may have an appeal or wish to appeal that doesn't take away from the fact that a judge, after hearing, I assume, all sides in this case, you included, right?
May I add one thing? Your Honor?
No. You included, decided that she was entitled to a restraining order. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a counterclaim And your counterclaim is for damages to a car, damages to a house, and pain and suffering because she got hit with a bagel. Right?
No, not because she got hit with a bagel.
Listen to me. They are 2 children, and they have to stop. She can't reach out and say, okay, I'm sorry, it was a bad thing that happened, and then step back. Because at his stage in life, his testosterone is working double time, and hers is not. So she can't be a tease. Do you understand? That's what happens. It's what happens when you have a fight and you write that kind of a letter. On and off and on and off. You can't do that. It looks like both of you got your car's egged, maybe got your house's egged. You still go to the same school?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's try to be smart here.
Add one thing, Your Honor.
You want to be stupid or you want to be smart?
I want to be smart, Your Honor.
Kenneth, do you think that you've done everything right?
Yeah, I honestly believe I've done everything right. Everything the police have told me to do.
Before the police, Kenneth.
Yeah, I do, Your Honor.
Really?
Honestly.
Can you call the officer, please?
No. She just acknowledged to me that she told the officer that there could be drugs in the house.
Yeah.
She said to me that that's what he told her. How do I know? Your son says that he hasn't done anything wrong. You believe him.
Well, I know when police officers busted in my house and searched it, and I've never had police at my home. I mean, it was very upsetting for my whole family.
Of course it was.
I mean, we're not
How
used to
do I
this.
know whether he told her that or not?
No, I understand, but
Do you understand?
I do, but Mrs. she never once tried to contact me. Mother to mother, I have a husband at home. She never once picked up a phone and said, hey, Kenny's doing this.
She should have.
Yeah, she should have.
She should have.
If he was doing all of this, she should have notified
She should
us.
have. And once you found out there were problems, you could have picked up the phone and called her?
Your Honor.
Shh, just a minute. Once you found out that there were
I
problems...
didn't know there were any problems. Sandy was at my home all the time. All the time. I didn't know
You
there were
knew
problems.
at some point that there were problems.
When they broke up.
You got a lot of non-guilt over here.
He's guilty for going back with her.
He's guilty for more than that. She's got her own guilt, I want to tell you that, because, you know, she played with him. And that's unfortunate when a young girl plays, you know, teases, like a cat and mouse. But that's the way they play. They're children. But you're supposed to always do the right thing. And then you can't come into court and sue her because she caused you trouble. Do you understand? And you can't come into court and sue him because he caused you trouble and hit you with a bagel. Do you understand? Leave each other alone. You have friends, you have friends, you have friends. Tell your friends to stay away. You don't make trouble, like an idiot. You don't throw a bagel at somebody who's standing a foot away from her. Right? See your friend?
Yeah.
You want him to get into trouble?
No.
Well, you caused trouble, right?
Yeah.
Well, so you're not supposed to be a jerk. Try to behave yourselves, will you please? Goodbye.
Parties are in the matter of Mahmoud versus Fox. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat, please.
Miss Mahmoud, you and the defendant were in an automobile accident.
Yes.
Each of you were driving your respective cars, and you are suing the defendant for both bodily injury
Yes.
and the damage to your car, which was totaled as a result of this
Yes.
accident. Mr. Fox says that you caused the accident because he was speeding to make a yellow flashing light. Is that right, sir?
Yeah.
Your Honor, he's lying.
Shh. Oh, sorry. Where are you from?
Berlin, Wisconsin.
Berlin, Wisconsin. They do have paved roads there, do they not?
Yes.
All right, because I read your defense to this case, and I was just curious. That'll become clear in a moment. What was the date of the accident?
It was January 23rd.
What time?
It was around 12 o'clock at night.
Weather conditions?
It was nice outside. It was normal weather.
And you were traveling down a one-way street?
No, I was going down Lincoln Avenue. It's a two-way street. He was coming on a one-way street the wrong way.
Okay. So you were going down a two-way street?
Two-way street, yes. Something like that.
And he was coming from a side street?
Yes. I'm sorry.
You're going down a two-way street. There are streets that intersect that two-way street. One of the streets was a street he was coming down on. But that street is a one-way street, and he was coming down that street the wrong way.
Yes.
So you weren't expecting
No,
a
I was
car to
not.
come out of that street because...
That's the wrong way
That's the
anyways.
wrong way.
Even if I were to look, I wouldn't have looked that way.
Because there were arrows that say
Exactly.
one way. And So you were hit in the intersection?
Yes.
Tell me what happened when you were hit.
My car started blowing up on fire. I couldn't get out of my car. I started kicking my door, and it finally opened up. I walk out the car, and I'm screaming, yelling, I'm going crazy. I mean, my car is burning up. It's on fire.
Was it actually on fire?
Yes, it was.
Was it smoking?
No, it was on fire. It was blowing up everywhere. It was really scary. And I walk out the car, and he's still sitting in his car. I don't know what he was doing. He had like his head down, or I guess, or whatever. And he gets out the car. He was asking me if I was okay and blessing the God and this and this and that. And he didn't even know he was going the wrong way, even after a couple, like 2 or 3 minutes later.
Just a minute. Okay, it's enough. Were you going down a one-way street the wrong way?
Yes.
Where had you been?
I was heading south.
Where had you
Where
been?
have I been? Oh, I was coming back from Milwaukee, heading back towards Oshkosh.
Well, what were you doing? It was 12 o'clock at night. Where had you been?
I was off the off-ramp on...
Mr. Fox, I'd like you to pay attention.
Okay.
I know you have your own agenda. I have an agenda. Where had you been? Had you been working? Had you been with friends? Had you been out for dinner? Where had you been?
Friends.
Friends' home.
Racine.
I don't care where it is. Friends' home is my question. Or with friends at a bar, with friends at a restaurant.
At the house.
At whose house?
My buddy's house.
Had you been there before?
No.
And you'd spent the evening doing what?
We were playing pool about an hour and a half away from the accident. And I was returning home to town to get some clothes. I was looking for employment opportunities.
Mr. Fox, we have a problem here.
Huh.
Were you at a friend's house playing pool, or were you at someplace else playing pool?
I was at a friend's house playing pool, and I returned home, and...
Okay. What's your friend's name?
Josh,
How many other people were playing pool there?
just him and I and his grandfather.
Now, it is your claim, Mr. Fox, that Miss Mohammed caused this accident.
The direction that I was going when I turned back around to get to the freeway, the intersection with the map I have here, it didn't matter which direction I was going or where she was heading to. We would have struck. She was speeding. She tried to pull a yellow light, too.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You know, going downtown more than once, finding my police records. They lost the police records, God knows how. Doing all this other stuff. I mean, he's been taking time.
Life is full of aggravation.
And later today,
What do you think you're going to be successful at if you don't go to school?
Nothing.
Right. Is that what you want to be?
No.
What do you do when you don't go to school?
Run the streets.
Shh.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nina Mahmood says her accident with Andrew Fox was the result of him driving the wrong way down a one-way street. Andrew says Nina was speeding.
Mr. Fox, you were given a citation.
Yeah.
For what?
Reckless driving.
Here you go. Did you plead guilty?
No.
What'd you do?
Need some time to pay the fine.
Oh, just a second.
Not
Mr.
guilty,
Fox,
then.
what are you laughing at? It's not funny. Don't be ridiculous. If you get a ticket for reckless driving, you have to respond within a certain period of time. This incident happened on the 23rd of January. By this time, you would have either pled guilty, gone to trial, or been found not guilty. Now, which one is it?
Your Honor, I pled not guilty, and there was flashing red lights in the intersection because the cop told me.
Speak to me.
Okay. The cop told me straight out there's a lot of accidents.
Just pay attention. You pled not guilty, and what happened?
I haven't heard anything from the courts yet.
Let me see pictures. Yeah, I see you have pictures there. Let me see the ticket that you got, sir.
I don't have the ticket. I just have a map and email.
Excuse me? I don't want to look at your map.
No ticket.
Ma'am, would you like the police report?
Yes. Did you have insurance on your car, Miss Mohammed?
No, I just got the car. I had just received the car as a gift from my mother.
And she didn't put insurance on the car?
No, she expected me to do it. I barely even drove the car around. I barely ever used it. I mean, I was just waiting until I had enough money to be able to put insurance on it.
What year car was it?
It was a 94 Chrysler New Yorker.
What kind of injuries did you have?
I had like my thumb was sprained and my wrist was kind of messed up. So they gave me a cast to wear. I didn't go to work for 2 days because of it. I had bruises. I had like huge bruises on my legs. I mean, just really nasty, awful things.
Okay, now what kind of car were you driving, Mr. Fox?
99 Grand Am.
Have insurance?
No.
Why not?
They dropped me.
Why?
Because they said I didn't pay for a premium 2 weeks previously.
You too were driving an uninsured vehicle.
Correct.
Well, Mr. Fox, the police officer who conducted the investigation clearly found that the accident was caused by your reckless driving and driving down a one-way street the wrong way. You know, that sort of thing happens, and sometimes it's an accident. Unintentional. Sometimes it's not because you're drunk or because you're stoned or because you're high. Sometimes you just drive up the wrong way on a street until you realize that somebody honks their horn and you turn around and hopefully you don't kill anybody. You almost killed somebody. You are responsible. Now, I will tell Ms. Mohammed that I think it's very foolish to drive a car
without insurance.
Without insurance.
I know that it was foolish, but it wasn't like I was driving around all the time. I was waiting.
I don't care whether you drive around the block. That's foolish.
It's true.
That's foolish. Okay? However, Mr. Fox, your problem is you caused an accident that caused both physical injury and property damage. And how do you expect to resolve that, sir?
Did it really matter which direction I was going in the intersection? I saw lights, she saw lights, she tried to speed through them, and with the map here,
How
you
am I
can
going to?
see.
I want you to understand something. The police officer found the accident was your fault. I find the accident was your fault. How do you plan to resolve the problem of the damage you caused? I'm past that, Mr. Fox. Get past it. It was your fault.
All right.
Well, the total out-of-pocket expenses that you have were $3,383.
Well, besides the fact of me taking the bus every day to and from school, to and from work, you know, going downtown more than once, finding my police records. They lost the police records, God knows how. Doing all this other stuff. I mean, he's been taking
aggravation.
time.
Life is full of aggravation. It's called aggravation.
Well, yeah,
Life is
it's
full of
aggravation, but I mean, it's caused because of him. It wasn't like it just happened from nowhere.
No, listen to me. It was caused because you were involved in an accident. Now, you could have minimized your own personal damage if you had done the right thing and insured your car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's not responsible for your car, but this is not windfall day for you. Do you understand that?
I don't understand what you mean, windfall.
That means that he is responsible for your car.
Okay.
But I don't want you to start telling me that you had to take the bus to school every day.
I did.
And go downtown because you think that he's going to pay for that.
Oh, I'm not
He's
saying
not.
that he's going to pay for it.
Good. So, judgment for the plaintiff. And the total out-of-pocket expenses are $3,383. And I am giving you the remainder of the money in your pain and suffering that you had for your thumb, which you say was jammed, and for the bruises that you had. So I'm adding to that an amount that will give you a total recovery of $4,000. Judgment for the plaintiff in that amount. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, she sent me some harassing emails first, and I'd return them in a professional manner, more or less stating I don't have the money right now. Sorry.
It's scary. Think about it. You know, you're coming out of a burning car. You're watching your car burn up in front of your face. That's not something that just goes away out of nowhere.
She likes to call me sweetheart and this and that. And first of all, her mother invited me over to spend the night that night, and I'm thinking to myself, why? So your son's more or
niceness,
less
maybe?
take a swing or two at me?
There was something wrong with him that night. I think he's like either cuckoo in his head or God knows whatever else.
I was not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol. I was just simply returning home and went down the wrong road. And seeing court there, I guess I was wrong.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Council versus Lowry, step forward, please.
18-year-old student Adrienne Council and her husband Chaz are suing Adrienne's mother, home health care worker Loretta Lowry, for the cost to support her 15-year-old sister, Toni Caldwell.
Miss Counsel, the defendant is your mom.
Yes.
Your mother-in-law.
Yes.
And according to what I've read, there was a time sometime last year when your younger sister came to live with you.
Yes.
And she came to live with you because she had had some sort of a falling out with your mother's husband.
Yes.
And it is your claim that your mother owes you money for your sister's support during the time that she lived with you.
Yes.
Okay. Just give me the month and year she came to live with you.
August 2002.
And how long did she live with you?
She's still living with us now.
She is?
Yes.
And how old is she now?
15.
She go to school in your house?
Yes.
She goes every day?
No, she doesn't.
Why not?
Some days she misses and stuff.
Come up here. What's your first name?
Tony.
Tony. You think you're a nice-looking girl?
Yeah.
Are you a nice girl?
Yes.
You want to be a successful girl?
Yes.
What do you think you're going to be successful at if you don't go to school?
Nothing.
Right. Is that what you want to be?
No.
So why don't you go every day?
I don't know.
What do you do when you don't go to school?
I sit at home. Run the streets.
Shh. What are you getting out of being home that's better?
Nothing.
Isn't that foolish?
Yes.
I mean, I know you're giving me all the answers that you know I want to hear, which is very smart, but, you know, be smart and do it. Really just dumb. You don't want to stay dumb. Did you ever hear the expression, beauty fades, dumb is forever?
No.
Well, you know what it means?
No, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to explain to you what it means. That means you're a pretty girl. But eventually, when you get older, you may be a nice-looking person, but some of those looks are going to get a little old and, you know, not as pretty and fresh as you are now. So beauty does fade. Fades, it goes away. But dumb lasts forever. If you're dumb, you're always going to be dumb. And the only way to get smart is to go to school, to set your sights on something that you want to do to make yourself into a whole person. What does your mother do for a living?
Home health aide.
Does she love her job?
Yes.
Was she always a home health aide?
No, ma'am.
What did she do before that?
McDonald's, Burger King.
Do you think your mother would have been happier if she went to school?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Right.
Did you have an arrangement with your mother when your sister came to live with you?
Yes.
What was your arrangement?
The arrangement was she would give us $50 for food and $100 for rent per month for Tony staying there. And it would be temporary.
All right. So, Miss Lowry, let me hear. According to you, you asked your daughter to take in your younger daughter, Tony, because she wasn't getting along with your boyfriend.
My husband.
Or your husband. How long have you been married?
It would have been 10 years in April.
Do you have children together?
Yes, we do. We got 4
How many
others.
children?
4 others.
4 younger than Tony?
Yes.
What kind of work does your husband do?
He's not working now.
Why not?
He suffers from depression.
Well, how do you support your family? You can't support your family on what you get as a home health aide.
Me and him have split up, so I don't stay there with him no more. I stay with my mom. And he take care of the girls, and he gets social service for the girls.
He gets welfare?
Yeah, but I got the baby with me.
Let's go through this. Your husband gets welfare for which children?
2 of the girls.
And where do they live?
With him.
And you have the younger child with you?
Yes.
Do you get any welfare for the younger child?
No, I don't.
Does anybody get welfare for Tony?
No.
How much money do you earn?
Every 2 weeks is $1,100.
And where is Tony's father?
He's around.
Does he send support for her?
No, he doesn't.
Why not? Did you ever pursue support for
Yeah,
Tony?
I tried, and it just got all messed up, so.
What do you mean it got all messed up? He has a responsibility to contribute to Tony's support. And if you're not living with your husband anymore, and if the reason that she went to live with her sister is because of a disagreement with your husband, why doesn't she come home to live with you?
I was going to go get her this April, because I got to get my apartment, because I stay with my mom. I left my
Her
husband, I stay
grandmother?
with yes. Her and my mom don't get along too well, so that's why I let her stay with my daughter.
Then you have to support her. Do you understand? Why should your daughter take care of her basic needs?
Well, I feel like if she was going to go after me, she should have went after Tony's father, too. Go after both of us. Don't just go after me. Don't just single me out.
Well, Perhaps she should have, but you didn't either.
True.
And you certainly had more of a reason to pursue support than your younger daughter did. She singled you out, madam, because you elected to have your daughter leave the house instead of your husband leave the house at the time. In any event, $150 a month is certainly a minimal amount of support. 8 months that she's been living there at $150 a month is $1,200. And you earn $1,100 every 2 weeks, is that right? Mm-hmm. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. In the matter of Sands versus Azarovich. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Mr. Sands, the defendant is the girlfriend of your former landlord.
Correct.
And it is your claim that during an argument that took place really between your landlord and you, that the defendant assaulted you, caused you substantial injury, caused you to be seen by a doctor, caused you substantial pain and suffering, and you want to be compensated for that.
Correct.
Ms. Esarovich, is your boyfriend here today?
Yes.
Is that this gentleman right here?
Yes.
Okay. You had been a tenant of his for some time. There had been some problems. You wanted the place painted because you said there was paint chipping. He wasn't responsive to your request. You called the housing department. He was forced to paint. You say in retaliation to that, they moved to have you evicted. You ultimately won a settlement from them. So far, is that generally what happened?
Yes.
Now, the garage space had become an issue. Is that right, Mr. Sands?
Yes.
This is when this altercation took place. Now, Mr. Sands, why don't you tell me the date that this incident took place?
It was on September 7th of 2001.
And tell me what happened.
Miss Esarovich and Mr. Evanson approached the gate of the yard leading into my house. I was outside and I asked them if there was something I could do to help them, and they didn't answer, but they proceeded to go into the garage, which was part of the property that I had been renting for in excess of 4 years.
Well, do you have a lease?
I do.
And does the lease include the garage?
It wasn't specified.
If it's not specified, it doesn't include the garage.
However, I had been in full use of the garage for the entire term of my tenancy without sharing it with any other tenants.
Listen, if you have a lease that says that you are renting a house and there is another property on that land, some other edifice, and if it's not specified that you have use of that, that your rent also includes that, you're not entitled to it. In any event, they came on the property that you were renting in order to deal with this garage issue. Let's proceed from there.
Okay, well, they proceeded to walk into the garage. I didn't know what they were doing because they hadn't responded to me when they came into the yard. So I followed them into the garage and I asked them what they were doing. And they told me that they were looking at their garage. And I said that you need to have given me 24 hours of written notice to, examine the property.
It's not your property. Garage is not your property. They didn't go into your house, did they?
Well, they went into something that I viewed as being included in the
That's
in the
your
property.
view. That's your view. That's not their view. That's not my view. They don't have to give you written notice of going and looking at their property. What if there was a
Okay.
guest house on your property? A guest house on the property?
According to the officials that I spoke to
I'm
at
telling
the
you,
rent
I don't
control-
believe that. So
Okay.
let's move on.
Sure.
They went to look at their property.
Okay. And I told them that I would have to call the police, which I then did. I went back into the house, and at that point I asked Emily, who's a friend of mine who had showed up to go to this yoga class with me, to bring me out my regular phone. At that point, I dialed 911 on the regular phone. The police came eventually onto the phone. At that point, the landlord and this woman came out of the garage. She saw Emily standing near the house and started screaming at her.
What was she saying?
She said, "Who is this woman? She is not allowed to be on the property. She is not on your lease. Where are your wife and children? And you are a liar," and et cetera, et cetera. At that point, I walked up and stood between the two of them and said, "She is allowed to be on the property. She's my guest, and you can't come and scream at a guest of mine.
Absolutely right.
You need to leave. This is inappropriate." At that point, I felt my arms pulled behind me like this. And I realized that it was the landlord, Mr. Evanson, who had grabbed me from behind. He then pulled my shirt up around my neck and through my mouth and started strangling me. At that point, I became relatively concerned, and I started screaming for help. I continued to scream for help until I couldn't speak anymore. He choked me so forcefully.
Could we move this on a little faster, please?
Sure.
Good.
After that, Mila walked up, and I assumed that she was going to tell him to let me go. But she didn't. She stood at a 45-degree angle to me, and she kicked my right knee in.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what this suit is based on.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell me your version of the events, and please try to do it a little faster.
Okay, this is on the date of September 7, at 6 o'clock approximately. Okay, well, before
Just, you get there.
Okay.
You go into the garage.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, Mr. Sands, he closed the door behind us and turned the lights off and left us in the dark.
Go ahead.
His dog was viciously barking at us.
Where was the dog?
The dog was by his side.
Was the dog on a leash?
No.
Go ahead.
Then he approached me and started threatening me.
What did he say?
Well, he approached me as close like that, you know, to my face, and started threatening me and screaming.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I never kneed him in the groin.
Just a minute. What do you mean you may have injured him?
I was trying to escape by elbowing him.
I think that's a crocker who shot John.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Charles Sands says his former landlord's girlfriend, Mila Azarovich, assaulted him by kicking him in the knee. Mila says Charles kicked her fiancé in the groin.
Go ahead.
Then Lars was concerned about my safety. He circled his arms around Charles Sands.
From the back?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And he's very experienced in this kind of situation, how to handle it in non-violent manner.
He circled him, he immobilized him.
Right.
Go ahead.
At that moment, Charles Sands kicked him in the groin area very hard. The next moment, Charles Sands took a bat in his hand and hit Lars in his face, then in his ribs, and Lars fell on the concrete floor. Rick Sanchez came out. He tried to pull them.
Who is Mr. Sanchez?
Is
he a neighbor?
Yes.
Would you step up, sir?
Sure.
You're Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
How long have you been a tenant?
10 years.
Did you witness any of this altercation?
I did.
Would you tell me what you saw, sir?
On that evening, approximately the same time that both of them mentioned, I had been traveling. I came home, I was laying on my couch, and I heard some screams for help, 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 help.
Male voice, female voice?
It was a male voice. It was a male voice. And knowing that Chuck lives in the back, I didn't know if a vehicle had fallen on him or whatever the case was. And I went to the back bedroom, looked out the window. And when I looked out the window, I saw Mr. Evanson had Mr. Sands around the neck from behind with his shirt around his neck and was holding him, not allowing him to move. I decided to go outside. I went out and I told Mr. Evanson, you don't want to do this, let go of Chuck, let's stop this, at which time he did. Mila was out there also at the time, and of course there was some screaming and yelling and what have you. And he let go of Chuck, and I think I mentioned to Chuck's girlfriend to call the police. I don't know if she already had or not, but I said, call the police. And I went back in the house, and when I went back in the house, I heard some more commotion, so I came back out. Mr. Evanson and Mr. Sands were at separate ends of the yard, and at which time I said, this needs to stop. And I think Mila at that point had forced Lars out the back gate, and they exited the property.
Did you see either of these two gentlemen injured in any way?
No, I did not.
Didn't see him injured?
I didn't see him injured.
And you didn't see him injured?
I did not.
Did you hear either one of them complain about being injured?
No, I did not.
Didn't limp? You didn't see him limp?
I didn't notice.
He didn't say anything to you. I'm injured,
He
call
did
an
not say-
ambulance.
he did not say anything to me.
Call an ambulance, I need medical attention.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Oh. What kind of property is this, Mr. Sanchez?
It's a rental property that has a rental above. I live on the bottom floor, and then in the back there is another residence there, which is where Mr. Sands lives.
And what about this garage? Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's a removed area. You have the back part of the house, and then probably 5 to 8 feet there's a garage there.
Who uses that garage?
I really never knew. I don't know.
You don't use it?
I do not use it, no.
Do you have a lease?
I do.
Does your lease provide for use of any garage space?
No, it does not.
Did you ever have occasion to call the Board of Health or anyone else with regard to the property and its being in unsafe condition?
I never made a call like that, no.
Thank you. Have a seat. Okay, so you got kicked in the knee, Mr. Sands. Let's hear the rest.
So she kicked me in the knee.
That's what you told me. And this was on the 7th of September?
Yes.
Can I see the medical reports, please? By the way, tell me about the settlement that you won when you sued them. How many times have you sued them?
No, I didn't actually sue them. What happened was I had complained about lead-based paint that was flaking off of the house and had been doing that for basically the entire term of my tenancy. I have 2 small children, and I was very concerned about this. I told them that I was going to have to complain to the city. They said, do whatever you want, and I did that. The city came out, issued them an order to comply, and within a week they filed to evict me.
Repainted. Oh, they filed to evict you?
Right. The only grounds that they could use if I hadn't done anything wrong, they said that they were going to move into my house.
Okay.
So within a week of them receiving this order to comply, they had filed to evict me.
Go ahead.
We were involved in this eviction process wherein they tried to say that my children didn't live with me, et cetera, et cetera.
Do they live with you?
Yes, they do. They were attempting to do that so that they wouldn't have to pay me the full relocation fee, which is required by the Rent Control Board. After several court appearances, they settled for a relocation sum that was considerably larger than they would have had to pay in the first place.
Which is what?
$5,000 is the amount that a family is entitled to for relocation.
Is that what you got?
No, actually I got in the neighborhood of $8,000.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, considering
Let me ask you this question. Diagnostic impression here is that you have, other than one knee contusion, and you went to the doctor, I see, a day later, not that day. So you weren't feeling too badly that day. You went a day later. You have mild something strain, right shoulder abrasion, mild soft tissue trauma to the neck, okay? So you take a little aspirin. Since none of the last 3 of these injuries is attributed to the defendant, but attributed to the landlord, I'm curious as to why you chose to sue her instead of him.
Well, as I was being assaulted, let me continue.
No, just answer my question. You answer my question.
Okay, there's 2 reasons. First of all, I don't believe that Mr. Evanson is fully responsible for his actions. He has had some brain injury in the past, and I think he may be being manipulated by this woman. Secondly, as I was trying to escape, in my struggle, I may have injured him. However, I never kneed him in the groin.
Just a minute. What do you mean you may have injured him? How may you have injured him, sir?
As he was choking me from behind. He's considerably taller than I am.
I see that.
I was trying to escape by elbowing him. So I may have injured him.
So it's a fair statement, so that the reason you didn't sue him and chose to sue her, you felt that he may have a defense of self-defense, and she had none.
No, not precisely.
Yeah. Would you step up, please? Tell me your name.
My name is Emily Gray.
Where do you live, Miss Gray?
I live in Newport Beach.
Okay. Tell me what your relationship is with Mr. Sands.
I'm a good friend of Mr. Sands.
Do you know his wife?
Yes, I do.
What's her name?
Anne.
Where does Anne live?
She lives in San Pedro as well. I don't know the exact location.
But she doesn't live with Mr. Sands?
Not presently.
That is correct. She does not live with Mr. Sands.
She does not live with him now.
And she was not living with him in September of 2001?
She might have just moved out.
Right. Now, how old are Mr. Sands' two children?
His son is about 14 and his daughter is about 7.
And who do those children live with?
They live with him.
They live with him, and they were living with him in September of 2001 after his wife moved out?
Yes.
Does he have permanent custody of those children?
I don't know exactly the details. They spend weekends with their mothers. Otherwise, they're mainly at his house.
Where do they go to school from?
What do you mean from?
Where do they go to school from? From your house?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Right.
Okay. Do you have joint custody of the children?
My son and my daughter are from 2 different marriages.
Do you have joint
And
custody of your children, sir?
I have primary custody of my son, and there is no actual paperwork because we're only separated. My daughter's mom and I are only separated.
They still get along. I mean, you and your ex-wife
Yeah,
still get along.
my
So.
daughter's mom and I get along pretty well. And
I'm
so-
not interested in that, whether you still get along pretty
Sure.
well or not. I'm just interested in why somebody gave you $8,000 to move.
Because it was established that the kids live with me.
You're on the rules.
Now, was he treated for any injuries that he sustained
Yes.
that day?
Yes.
You have the medical report on that?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
He saw that his tooth was knocked out. So I just...
All right, and his diagnosis is groin contusion, facial contusion, and prescription is ice and Motrin in the evening for pain. So you were right, Mr. Sands. You did injure him. Mm-hmm. Did he sue you?
No.
Why do you think that is, sir?
Because any injuries that he sustained were due to self-defense on my part. He attacked me from behind, and he...
You think you both behaved badly that day?
No, I don't. I don't
You
believe
don't?
I behaved badly. I tried to escape.
If you tried to escape, sir,
Yeah.
you had already gotten outside of the garage. You went inside to get a telephone.
None,
You went inside. Pay careful attention to me, sir.
Okay.
You went inside to get a telephone before anything happened to call 911. And you said you walked outside. Now, if you wanted to defuse a situation before anything happened, you stay inside, you call 911.
Actually, I was concerned that they might do something strange in my garage. We were at that point embroiled in a bitter eviction matter. I didn't know what they were capable of.
Well, Mr. Sands, I know this, sir. I know
So I
that
was keeping an eye on
They paid
them.
you $8,000 in order to get you and your children, who were there sometimes and not there other times, to move. And I know that this gentleman, who you described as someone who may not be functioning optimally because of some injury, was more injured than you were that day. That I know for sure from reading the medical records. And you said that the reason you didn't sue him is because you felt sorry, because you didn't think that perhaps he understood everything that was going on. And I think that that's a crocker who shot John. I think that the reason you didn't sue him is because his injuries were more severe than yours. And if he got kicked in the shins by his girlfriend, so be it. You got $8,000 from them. You're not getting another.
Montgomery. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Ms. Yoakum, you and the defendant had a relationship which is no longer, and it is your claim that Mr. Montgomery owes you for half a trip that you took together to California. And in addition, there is still a remaining balance that he owes you on some bail money that you wired for him, which allowed his get-out-of-jail almost free card. Mr. Montgomery says that the trip to California that you took was a gift, and that while he does acknowledge that you posted bail for him at one point, he says he's paid you the entire $500 back. Is that right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, tell me about this trip to California. When did you take it, and what were the circumstances?
Your Honor, Mr. Montgomery in August had offered to take me on vacation for my birthday, which is September 9th. Offered to pay for it with the check for vacation that he had been anticipated on receiving.
I don't know. Ms. Yoakum, listen to me. There are certain things that ring true.
Right.
Boyfriends say, I want to take you on a vacation. Let's go on a vacation.
Right.
Great. Where do you want to go? I want to go to
California's where
California. Boyfriend doesn't say, I'm going to pay for it with a check that I'm going to get from my job when I left and my... That you don't discuss.
At that point in time, I was not able to afford to go. And
So let's go back a little bit. It's August, and
Yep.
you discuss going on a vacation.
Yes.
Tell me where you were when you first started to discuss going on the vacation.
We were at my home discussing going on vacation for my birthday. He had told me that he was going to pay for the entire trip from a vacation check from his former employer.
Tell me how he said that to you.
I said, I can't afford to go on this trip right now.
So he didn't say to you, I want to take you on a trip for your birthday.
Yes, he did.
Shh. Miss Yoakum, listen to me carefully. If he said, I want to take you on a trip for your birthday, then you wouldn't have had any discussion with him about, I can't pay for it now. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Don't fudge the truth. The truth may be all that you need. But when I ask you what was said, you're going to tell me exactly what was said. Because if he said to you, I'm taking you away for your birthday, your response would not have been, I can't afford to go now. Because that wouldn't have been a logical response. Logical response would have been, oh, great. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Okay, now let's go. Let me hear your version.
What happened is she wanted to go away for a weekend. It was Labor Day weekend, and I had a long weekend off at work. Now, since I had a long weekend off at work, she said, let's go get away, and we were trying to decide where to go. I said, well, I don't have any money on me. I didn't have much money. I just started work at a job closer to her home. And I did get a check right before I went. I said, well, I have a check before I go. All I'll have is spending money. She said, don't worry about it. I'll purchase the tickets. I'll get the hotel wherever we're going to stay and take what money you have and use that for spending money, which I did.
And you went away Labor Day weekend?
Yes.
Yes, I have the receipts for the amounts charged on my credit card.
Let me see. What's Tiffany & Company?
Jewelry store.
I know what it is. What'd you buy there?
I bought a necklace.
For who?
Me.
Well, why is that here?
I just highlighted everything because he had told me he was taking me and he would pay for everything.
No, dear. You don't get it. The only thing I don't see here really is restaurants. Only
paid
one restaurant.
We took a large sum of money. I withdrew over $500. He had the $400 from his check, and then an additional $200 that I withdrew from my ATM. Which
Okay, just
I
a
do
minute.
have.
So he had $400 that he took with him?
Yes.
That he spent?
And I also have money that I took. I didn't feel that he should pay for, if I wanted any, souvenirs.
Necklaces. Shh. Okay, Mr. Montgomery, when you came back from this vacation, were you working, sir?
Yes.
What kind of job were you working at?
I was at a car dealership.
So why didn't you start paying her for at least part of this trip, your airline tickets and
I
the
sure
rental
did.
car?
Every paycheck I got, I gave her $300 here, $400 there. I gave her plenty of money.
Were you living together?
Yes, we were.
How long did you live together?
5 months. Oh,
Is that right?
5 months.
August 5th. I do have a record of every time.
Just tell me how long you lived together.
August 5th.
To when?
Or, I'm sorry, about August 5th to December 5th.
Okay. And he would give you money every month? Or every week from his paycheck?
He gave me a little bit here and there. I have wrote down every amount that he's ever given me.
Let me see it. Bert.
And I gave it to him when...
Let me see it. What, I missed something. I missed something.
Oh, yes.
What did I miss? What did he say? A couple of months, 3? Went like that? What did he do? No, I really want to know.
Okay. It was 5, but I only have, I forgot. I only got 4 fingers on his hand. So.
And then he switched up, and it was...
I know I missed something.
It was a moment.
All right, let's get to the bail. Oh. Why were you arrested, sir?
From a previous relationship, a crazy ex-girlfriend. We went through some problems. It had nothing pertaining to do with us.
So you were arrested on an assault charge or domestic violence?
It was a home invasion charge.
I have that right here if you'd like.
When we got back from California,
Can I take a look at it?
she went and bought a wedding dress. She wanted to get married that soon. She went and purchased a wedding dress.
Mr. Montgomery, I'm talking about your arrest. You're talking to me about
Okay.
wedding veils. Did
Yes.
these two things have anything to do with each other?
No.
Good. And if you thought that you were going to get me off track just because of my age, you are not going to be successful, sir. What was the date that you posted this bond?
The date of the bond was, it was 3 days before Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving, like a week
November,
before,
sir,
maybe.
and you separated...
It was in November, yes.
November. You separated shortly thereafter in December.
Yes, I was at work, and she came to my work at 8 o'clock at night in the freezing cold.
Whatever.
below
It's
zero,
all like
with all my
with
belongings.
her
said,
wedding
"Here,
dress.
Go
Yeah.
out.
Okay. How much did he pay you back?
He paid me $220.
Okay. So far, I am satisfied that he owes you $280 for the bond. I'm not so sure about the trip.
He actually
I
asked
would like you to tell me why it was that after 5 months living together, you chose to evict him in the fashion that you did.
We had a lot of arguments, and frankly, he scared me. His ex-girlfriend had brought him in on domestic violence charges.
And you thought this was the safest way of dealing
I thought
with
it was the safest way. I had my friend with me. I wasn't
So
sure
you were
what he
afraid
would
of
do.
him?
I was afraid. He
were
made two death threats to me.
You were afraid of him?
Yes.
Well, then my question is, and I know that this will sound a little naive to you, if you were afraid of him, why did you subsequently decide to have any contact with him?
He told me he would pay me back before Christmas so that I would have money.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If you're really afraid of somebody and you fear for your life, why would you sue somebody for a couple of bucks if you got them out of your life and they were gone? So that you would have contact with them again, even if it's only briefly.
Your Honor, because I have PPO papers prepared and ready to go as soon as I get home.
What's PPO?
Personal protection order.
Why would you bother with that, though? My question is, why would you bother?
Because I've been in contact with his ex-girlfriend. I know what he's like. I know
Just a minute. What contact have you had with him since he left in December?
I haven't spoken to him.
So he hasn't... Shh. You haven't spoken to him? He hasn't called you?
He kept calling me until the 20th of December.
So several months went by and it's no contact. So why do you have an application ready for a protective order?
Because I'm being called as a witness in his felony trial.
Being called in his felony trial by his ex-girlfriend as a witness?
Yes.
So you got together with the ex-girlfriend?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I did try to contact her,
Which
and she
is what?
refused to sign.
Just a minute. What do you want?
She was harassing me.
I didn't. I'm not looking at you.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cindy Yoakum says ex-boyfriend Andrew Montgomery owes for bail money and for a trip to California. Andrew says it was her idea to take the trip.
It sounds to me as if you want nothing more to do with him and wanted to sever all ties and just get on with your life, you've certainly complicated it, and that was your own doing.
Yes, I realize that.
Good. So it was very foolish. She owes you $280 for the bail. The trip, hope you enjoyed it. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's got a history of using women. I thought she might help me out.
She went and bought a wedding dress. Right after we got back from California, wanted to get married. I wasn't ready to get married, and I didn't want to get married to her.
Let me see, he's asked me to marry him, he's asked his ex-girlfriend to marry him, and the one before that. He basically takes whoever's got the most money and uses them for whatever he can get.
She contacted me after she booted me out, after she kicked me out, left me in the cold. She called me, had me come up and visit her 3 different times.
He's got home invasion charges. Why am I the person that is the bad person in this case?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of DeCuckoo versus Carr. Step forward, please.
19-year-old spa attendant Teresa DeCuckoo is suing her ex-roommate, 20-year-old spa attendant Carol Carr, for breaking a lease. Carol says she gave proper notice.
According to your complaint, Mr. Cuckoo, you and the defendant leased an apartment together. You've been friends for a long time. You thought it would work out. After a couple of months, the defendant moved out.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you want her to be responsible for her half of the rent for the remainder of the lease so that it doesn't destroy your credit.
That's correct.
Defendant says she thought she was being more than fair. She had to move out. And she says you should get another roommate. When did you sign this lease?
July 14th, 2002.
What was the rent?
The rent was $925. $512.50 was her responsibility.
Are you still there?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No,
What
I'm not.
happened?
I moved back in with my mother
When?
at the end of October.
Did they re-rent the apartment?
I am not sure, Your Honor.
Well, have you gotten any notifications from the landlord with regard to rent that the landlord
Yes,
claims
I
you
do.
owe? Let me see.
This is my 30-day notice to vacate the apartment.
I'm talking about after you left.
After I left?
Because according to the defendant paid the rent, gave you a check for rent for September. She moved out September 1st, but she gave you her share of September's rent. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you don't dispute that, is that right?
No, I don't.
Okay. And you moved out the end of October. So
Yes.
we have October's rent.
Right.
Right? Which, based upon what you tell me, is $512.50 would be her share of October's rent up until the time you moved out, and you're suing her for $2,800.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're going to have to explain that to me.
Yes. Right. These are the payments I made, and because it's for the lease break and everything. That's right when I moved out. That was the payment agreement from the landlord.
The fees that she was charged to break the lease were $1,836, Ms. Carr.
Yes.
Half of $1,836 is $918. I want you to explain to me why you should not be responsible for $918.
Okay, I gave my 30 days notice like required in the lease contract.
Your Honor, that
to
isn't
move
true.
out.
I don't want to hear you unless I come back and look at you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So
No. Pay careful attention to me.
Mm-hmm.
You show me your lease, which says that if you give them 30 days notice, you're allowed to break your lease with no consequence by giving them 30 days notice.
I have where it says the 30 days notice section right here.
What does it say? Read it.
Full term unless owner consents in writing, residence agrees not to move out of the apartment prior to the end of the lease term or renewal of the extension period without the rentals of the entire lease term or renewal or extension period being
Ms. Carr,
paid in
you know
full.
what that means? It means that if the owner agrees, did the owner agree that you move out?
I gave them my written notice. They didn't argue with me.
Ms. Carr, you don't get it. A lease means that if you pay your rent and are a good tenant, the landlord can't throw you out for 12 months. And it means that you are responsible for the rent for 12 months. Just if you decide in the middle of the lease that you don't want to live there anymore, you just can't give them 30 days notice and move out.
Well, I had a bad car accident
That's
at
not
the
her
beginning
problem.
of the month, and that's why.
That's not her problem. That's your problem.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You have to be a grown-up. Your first responsibility was you signed a lease with somebody else. Somebody else that could not afford the apartment by themselves. So if it's a toss-up between you putting money towards a new car and moving back with your parents so that you can pay for the car and living up to your pre-existing responsibility, you have to live up to your pre-existing responsibility. That's a grown-up. You do, however, have to accept your part of the responsibility, which is you had a roommate. It didn't work out. She moved out for whatever reason. You couldn't live there by yourself. It's a very good lesson. You don't take an apartment with a roommate for more rent than you can pay by yourself, the whole thing. Because otherwise you have to move out and you have these fees. She's not going to pay the whole fee, only half. Do you understand?
I actually have other expenses that has incurred while she was there.
Like what?
I have a copy of a couple utility bills that she refused to pay for.
Can I say a comment about that? Actually, I paid half of the cable and the power. She never gave me a copy of the phone bill. Claimed I could get it at Sprint.com, but without any account number, I can't access it.
Is this a phone bill?
It's a phone bill and a power bill, Your Honor.
Is this 10346?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, is that for September?
That's for 3 months total.
Up through September 25th?
Yes.
Sprint bill, power bill was $38.75, and that was date to next meter reading October 16th, so that was through September. No. It's not responsible for the power bill. $969. Ladies, it's too bad your friendship is over.
Your Honor, I have one more thing.
Which is?
I did try to contact her,
Which
and
is
she
what?
refused to sign. She refused.
Well, she was
contact.
harassed.
Just a minute. What do you want?
She was harassing me.
I didn't. I'm not looking at you. So?
She had refused a letter I sent to her house.
So what?
Saying her statements.
So what? What does that have to do with what I'm talking about now?
Nothing.
Good.
But, excuse me, I also have one more thing.
What?
My moving costs that I had to vacate the apartment with.
That's your problem. Your moving costs are your problem. Sometimes when you take a roommate and things don't work out, you have to move. You think that she's going to pay your moving expenses?
At least half.
Get a roommate. I said you don't have to. You shouldn't be forced to get a roommate if you don't want to, but because you chose not to get another roommate or try to get another roommate and chose to move out, you incurred certain expenses. She's responsible for half of your break lease expenses because she did in fact break the lease. So did you. $969 is what she owes you. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Ladd, according to what I've read, sir, you went into a tavern and you had half a dozen beers, maybe 4 or 5, ordered a large pizza to go, and as you were exiting the tavern, there was some sort of an altercation with the defendant. Then you claim outside he assaulted you seriously. Is that right?
That's correct.
His ultimate defense is there was some sort of a verbal altercation. You bet him $20 that you could whip his butt, and you did. That's your defense. So that it was a fair fight outside. That's your defense.
It was a
that you won the bet.
No, I haven't been paid.
That was cute, Mr. Lindquist. We'll see. All right, Mr. Ladd, had you ever seen this gentleman before?
Just as a patron of the bar,
What time did you arrive at the bar?
approximately 7 o'clock,
And what time did this assault take place?
9:30.
So you were there for about 2.5 hours.
That's correct.
So what happened when they give you your pizza, you pay your tab, and you start to walk out?
Well, it's very busy as I'm going through the crowd. Supposedly, I bumped in to his girlfriend, which was sitting on a bar stool in the aisleway to go out the door. Supposedly, Mr. Lindquist confronted me about...
Not supposedly. Listen, stop with the supposedly. You tell me what you remember of that evening.
I remember
Did you,
Mr.
did you
Lindquist
remember
confronting
poking
me.
her with the box, with the pizza box?
I don't recall that because it was so busy. I probably bumped several people basically going through the crowd.
Okay.
There was a small aisleway to walk through.
What did he say to you?
I can't recall his exact words, but he confronted me about poking his girlfriend with the pizza box. He threatened me with ripping my throat out.
That's a threat. Go ahead.
At that point there, I exchanged words of the mouth, so I told him to back off, and there was some adjectives that were basically said.
By you?
Yes.
Okay. And did you continue to leave?
At that point, yes, I did.
He hadn't put his hands on you at that point?
No.
You walk out the front door. How far did you get? Was there a parking lot outside?
I was parked on the far end. This is a strip mall.
And were you at your car when this assault took place?
No, I was walking down the sidewalk.
And tell me what you recall.
I recall as being hit in the back of the head, very hard. I thought it was a beer bottle. I have a medical report.
Then what happened? I'll look at all your reports in a minute.
I was on the ground. The defendant was on top of me. He struck me several times in the side of the head. I put my hands up, tried to defend myself. That's when the individual basically bit on to my right finger. As the individual was biting me with the pain and the shock and everything else, I was grabbing his face, trying to make him to stop.
But you were on the ground?
That is correct, with him
Go
on
ahead.
top of me.
Go ahead.
At that point, somebody, if I recall, yelled that the police are coming. The individual let go of my finger at that point and struck me several other times in the side of the head again and got up and ran into the bar.
What happened when the police arrived?
Because this was a bar brawl, from what they call it, they stated if I wanted to press charges on the incident. At first, I said, yes, I do. The individual, which was the officer, explained to me that because there was no witnesses and this was mutual combatant and they're part of what they considered.
Why, had they interviewed the defendant?
Well, there was another police officer inside the restaurant interviewing him.
Okay, go ahead.
They stated that they would have to put us in detox for 72 hours.
Because you were drunk?
I was not drunk at the time. I have my witness which will state how much alcohol I consumed within the 2.5 hours to my body weight of 225 pounds at 6'2".
How many beers did you have?
I believe it was 4.
Okay.
The officer stated that to the fact that he would have to charge both of us with assault.
So that you decided not to proceed?
Because of the 72 hours, I am an instrumentation control specialist at a nuclear generating power plant. I was scheduled to run certain tests. I could not afford not to be there.
So you decided not to press
That
charge?
is correct.
Okay. Can I see your medical reports, please?
Sure.
When did you go to the hospital?
My sister-in-law picked me up that night. These are my medical records. Would you like the expenses also now?
Not yet. Did you get any police reports?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to have them too, please. Thank you, Bert. Now I'd like to hear your version of the events.
Well, Mr. Ladd was walking out of the bar.
What time did you arrive at the bar?
9 p.m.
Your girlfriend was with you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I asked him, "Are you leaving so soon?" And he had said yes, and unless Kathy will buy me a beer, as he had his pizza box and poked her in the back. And didn't like what he was doing, and I says for him to stop that. He made a foul-mouthed remark that I don't care to repeat.
Well, repeat it.
He said he effed her in the and not to worry about it.
Right.
And that's when I made the comment that I'll bet you 20 bucks that I'll take you outside and kick your butt. And he walked around the corner and stood where the waitresses stand and motioned me like, well, come on, are we going to do this? And I followed him around, and he walked down
Why did you do that? He's gone. He's leaving.
He's motioning me and egging me on, and he had bet me.
No. He didn't bet you. You bet him.
Well, he agreed to the bet.
Go ahead.
Got out the door, walked down he walked down at least 50 feet.
Right, so he's leaving.
He's leaving.
And his back is towards you.
No.
Well, his back has to be towards you, sir, unless he was walking backwards.
No, he was making remarks.
His back has to be towards you as he's walking, sir,
He was turned sideways.
So he's walking sideways, like
Walking
a crane.
sideways. Walking sideways, talking to me.
All right,
or
go ahead.
Saying bad words. He sets his pizza box down and invites me on. Are we going to get this done? When we first came together, he reached out and he grabbed me by the face as we were standing face to face, shoulder to shoulder. And
You weren't standing shoulder to shoulder with him.
No, I wasn't. But
No, you weren't standing shoulder to
square shoulder to shoulder, square shoulders to square
Right.
shoulders. Reached out, grabbed me by the face.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I just imagine that to be face to face.
Well.
Face to neck. Go ahead.
And he kind of grabbed my face to where I couldn't really get near him. We were going to fight. He grabbed inside my mouth and underneath my chin and started pulling me to the ground. And whether I bit him or he got cut on my teeth on the way down, I just happened to come out on top.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nuclear power plant worker Scott Ladd says he was assaulted by Del Lindquist after exchanging words with him in a bar. Del says when Scott insulted his girlfriend, he beat him up.
Which one of you ladies was present during the course of this altercation?
I was.
Can you step up, please? Tell me your name.
My name is Lisa.
Lisa what?
Lisa Tyson.
Ms. Tyson, do you work at the tavern?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do there?
I'm a bartender.
You know both of these gentlemen?
Yes, I do.
You ever had any difficulty with the plaintiff at the bar?
No, I haven't.
You ever had any problem with the defendant before at the bar?
Yes, I have. I've witnessed him making verbal remarks to other customers that would talk to his girlfriend.
Like what?
He told this other guy who was talking to his girlfriend that he wanted to rip his throat out.
He likes to say that. Clearly.
I guess. But then I immediately went over there and confronted the situation, and I warned Dale that if he decided to fight in the bar or in the parking lot, he will be 86'd out of the bar for good.
Did you hear any interaction between the two of these gentlemen?
No, I didn't.
Did you wait on Mr. Ladd that evening?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall how much alcohol he consumed?
He had about 4 beers.
Have a seat. Thank you very much. You have any other witnesses that you want me to hear, sir?
Yes, I do. I'd like to have the manager of the bar step up.
Tell me your name.
Deb Miles.
Miss Miles, did you witness any part of this incident?
I was not outside. I did not see that. I was chatting with Kathy, Dell's girlfriend, and another gal.
This is girlfriend.
Right. Next thing I knew, a waitress from the dining room came out and said that there was a fight going on outside.
So you really didn't see anything?
I did not see that, no.
What did you want her to testify to?
I don't want to testify for her, but Kathy, Dell's girlfriend, knew nothing of this incident. She can support that claim for me.
Oh,
Just
a second. Did you ask her what they were doing outside?
I asked her if she knew they were outside.
And what did she say?
She said no. And then she wanted to go outside. And I said, no, you have to stay in here, Kathy. You've been drinking. Don't go out there. Just stay out of it.
Was she drunk?
She did quite a few, in my opinion. I didn't personally serve her, so I don't know for sure.
Did she say anything about anybody doing anything untoward to her that evening?
No. We were just chatting, and the next thing we knew, this fight was going on. So we didn't hear any argument, anything like that.
Step up. What's your last name?
Dubé.
What do you remember?
I didn't see nothing outside, but I do remember him walking by.
He walked by, and what happened?
He said to him, leaving so early, he said, yes, I've had too much to drink. I'm going to take my pizza and me home. Unless Kathy wants to buy me a drink, poke me in the back, and it was real crowded. And I was talking to the manager, Michelle, on the right hand of me, and Debbie was down a chair from me.
Right.
And then I just started talking to Michelle, and then all of a sudden I heard him telling him to quit poking me in the back, and then as he was walking away, that's when he said what he did to me.
Which was?
I don't want to say it.
Well, I'd like to hear what you
I just
heard him
it.
say. Really, though, that's a nasty thing to say.
Yeah.
Did you think he was drunk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were you drunk?
No, I probably had 3 beers.
3 beers in a half hour?
2.
Maybe 3?
I just got there.
Well, maybe 3 beers in a half hour. And what about Mr. Lindquist? What did he have to drink?
He probably had 2.
Maybe 3. Well, the officer indicates that both suspects were intoxicated, and the effects of alcohol was very obvious on both of them.
Can I make a comment related to that?
Sure.
After being struck in the head several times and with what I believe with a beer bottle.
Did you see a beer bottle, by the way, when this altercation was over?
I did not know.
Okay. So it's possible that you were just hit on the back of the head with a fist. It's possible.
That's possible.
Doesn't make any difference. The medical records indicate that you were injured that evening.
I don't want to interrupt you, but with the injury I sustained in my finger, and the shock and the trauma and everything that was going on, if the officer smelled alcohol on my breath, with establishing 4 beers over a 2.5-hour period.
Doesn't make any difference, sir. I have to believe, Mr. Ladd, that the defendant, without provocation, assaulted you, and without provocation, rendered you, because of your larger stature, rendered you sort of in a position where he could, in fact, assault you, which was somehow getting you to the ground, because you are a larger stature than he is, and that would be smart. Now, being smart would render you on the ground as a result of being either hit in the back of the head with a fist or with something else. Not the way Mr. Lindquist indicates, because the officer nowhere in his report, sir, indicates that you have any scratches or marks on your face. That's really surprising if this assault took place, Mr. Lindquist, the way you indicated.
I have a police report that states that I have scratches.
Let me see. Suspect 1 had minor scratches or scrapes on his face. Suspect 2 possessed open wounds on his fingers and a slight laceration to his forehead. Mr. Lindquist, did you ever hear the expression when you were growing up, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had trouble with people talking to your girlfriend before in the bar, according to the bar people?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this isn't an unusual occurrence to you. If you don't want people to talk to your girlfriend, sir, keep her in your apartment. Because if you take her to a bar where people sometimes get a little high, a little happy, and they may say something either in a polite vein or in a seductive vein, or sometimes, according to you, totally inappropriate things. If I believe what you attribute to him, it was totally inappropriate. But the reaction, especially if you know or believe that someone is intoxicated, you believed he was intoxicated, right, Kathy?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes.
Then you just let it rest. Then I have to believe that he egged you on. Well, I don't believe that at all. I believe that the guy's taking his pizza and he's going home. He's out of there. You decided to follow him outside, which you did. And I believe that in order to get him in a vulnerable position, you hit him from behind.
In the forehead.
You hit him from behind. If you hit him from behind in the forehead, that's sort of like that. That doesn't happen, does it? You know,
Only in the movies.
Only in the movies. Only if you have very long arms. So you assaulted him, and you hurt him, and you have to pay. Period. And if you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. What were your medical expenses, sir?
I have a report. I do have insurance.
What's your out-of-pocket?
My out-of-pocket is $526.44. They have me on prescriptions yet, anti-inflammatories, to try to still get the swelling down in my finger. At this point...
Can I see your finger, please? Step up. You still have no feeling in the finger?
The finger is totally numb to light touch. The medical report...
Step back.
I'm sorry.
May I add something, Your Honor?
Just a minute, he's not finished yet. Then you can add whatever you like.
Okay.
You still have no feeling in the tips of your finger.
That's correct. I have lost the movement of to totally squeeze my fingers all together. The doctor last I seen said if the swelling goes down over time and with these prescriptions, that it may go back.
Okay. Yes, now you wanted to say something.
Well, if I would jump him from behind, isn't that assault and battery? Wouldn't, you know, if I'm walking out in the parking lot and somebody jumps me from behind and the police come, I think I'm going to make a report or have him arrested, you know, because people
Sure, unless you're inside with the other police officer who you spoke to that evening. Is that right?
Yes.
And I assume you gave him the same cock and bull story you gave me. The way you indicated that you were standing shoulder to shoulder to him and he put his fingers in your face, and so that's how you bit his finger.
He set his pizza box down first.
What?
He set his pizza box down first. You know, if somebody got jumped from behind, don't you think there'd be pizza all over the place?
There might be. Where is there an indication that there wasn't?
Hmm?
Where is there an indication
Wouldn't you think he'd want to be paid for his pizza, too?
Are you kidding me or what?
No, I'm not kidding you. I'd be mad if
You
somebody...
got a hot temper.
If somebody knocked me down from behind and knocked my $20 pizza on the ground at the same time, and the police showed up, I would definitely file some charges here.
Well, he wanted to file charges, sir, but you told the police that this was a fight, a barroom brawl, that he actually started with you. He actually put his hands on you first. That's what you told me.
That
you
correct.
turned around, shoulder to shoulder, after you followed him out of the bar, and he took his hand and put it in your face.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of 3D driving classes, where learning to drive transforms into an exhilarating adventure. Imagine stepping into a vast, expansive open world, filled with stunning landscapes and bustling cityscapes, all designed to make your driving experience as immersive as possible. In this innovative driving class, you're not just behind the wheel. You're part of an engaging storyline that unfolds as you progress. Picture yourself navigating through realistic traffic scenarios, tackling challenges that test your skills while keeping you entertained. Each mission you complete not only sharpens your driving abilities, but also reveals more of the captivating narrative that keeps you hooked. What sets this 3D driving class apart is its commitment to realism. The attention to detail in the vehicle dynamics and environmental interactions creates a truly authentic experience. You'll learn essential driving techniques, from mastering parallel parking to understanding road signs, all while exploring a beautifully crafted world that feels alive. As you embark on this journey, you'll encounter various characters and situations that add depth to your learning. Whether it's helping a fellow driver in distress or racing against time to deliver a package, every scenario is designed to enhance your skills and keep you engaged. So, if you're ready to take the wheel and embark on an unforgettable driving adventure, this 3D driving class is your perfect starting point. It's not just about learning to drive, it's about experiencing the joy of driving in a way that's fun, interactive, and educational. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the world of 3D driving classes, don't forget to follow or subscribe for more exciting content. Happy driving!